Welcome to another edition of Mass Mets and Mayhem. I am your host, the Outlaw LA Red. You can find me on Twitter at JustinHarvey75. You can find the entire show on Twitter at MMMShow75. We are joined, as always, by the Professor Casey.
What's
up?
Is
that what you're going by? The Professor Casey? What do you call these days?
I don't know. Fuck, asshole. That's what most people call me. I don't know. But what's up? I'm asshole. How's it going? Monsterpalooza's tomorrow. Rest in peace, Basil Gogos. There we go.
I'll take any of those. They all sound good to me. We're also joined by the Venmo guy who's always trying to get people to send him money.
Hit me up on Venmo at Byron Fever. I accept money and I turn down requests for money.
Does that gimmick work? I mean, like, is this an actual gimmick? Like, this is a thing?
I asked a friend for money to buy an FS7 and he Venmoed me 14 cents, so I'm up right now.
All right, and we're also joined by our resident boxing expert, Eric VanWagenen. How's it going, E?
It's a small residence that I'm guessing. Good, and you can feel free to Venmo me. I have joined the ranks of Venmo myself.
Well, we're not a very good podcast, so any of your thoughts on boxing are probably better than ours, though I definitely... I'm excited for this weekend with the Triple G Canelo. We were just talking about we were almost about to talk about it right before we went on, and it was just like, oh, we got to start the show now because we're about to get into it.
Yeah, and Justin wouldn't let me talk about fucking Monster cereal either until we went on the air, so there you go.
Well, yeah, we're talking about like Booberry and Canelo and Triple G and all this fun stuff, and it's like, wait, this is supposed to be the show, guys.
Because you know what? I can bring them together, Justin, because you know what Canelo means in Spanish?
Yes. Moving on.
Well, cinnamon, which Byron over here says Cinnamon Toast Crunch is better than Monster cereal. Byron is banned for everything. Life. Banned for life from this podcast.
It's 90% sugar. What do you have against it?
First of all, I believe it's cinnamon. I think you're supposed to pronounce it cinnamon.
I'm not Spanish.
No. And secondly, Byron... What do you have against Count Chocula, honestly?
Have you ever tried it? Because it wasn't out when we were kids in California. You had to fucking buy it as adults.
It was when I was a kid. Come on, we had Count Chocula.
I had Count. Well, I knew about it, but I was too busy eating.
We had commercials, and then you could never buy it in stores. I guess California thought it was too unhealthy or something.
Where were you from, Casey? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Castaic, so I lived in California my whole life, and I was never able to get it.
In Pasadena, we had Count Chocula. We did. I had it. It's good stuff. And Frankenberry.
Frankenberry, yeah.
Casey's parents lied to him.
Maybe I'm a lot older. Maybe they ran out by the time you were.
I went to the store myself, and I could never find it. But it is delicious, and I'm making up for lost time because I bought 8 boxes and now I have 10 boxes. Yeah.
Well, that's that might be a little overkill.
No, dude, that shit lasts until May, bro. You just gotta pace yourself. Then you're fine. When you can only buy your favorite cereal 2 months out of the fucking year, you gotta pace yourself.
So I like Triple G this weekend.
I do too. Honestly, that's kind of.
I
agree a lot.
I know it's going to start slow because they're both a little bit slow starters. Then rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are going to be awesome, and then I just think the bigger guy's going to outlast the smaller guy. I think it's a stoppage for Triple G round 10, 11, or 12.
Wow, you see him getting the stop. Well, I mean, I think his power is definitely there, and I think he's going to work really close to Canelo, which he's not going to like, and I think that is going to change the tide. But I do also think that if a guy doesn't answer the call to come in for a round, it's going to be Triple G. He's said in the past that he's a little afraid of getting his head shook up and getting that brain damage and stuff, and it's like as soon as you put that thought in your mind, like...
He doesn't even get cut. He doesn't even he's never even had a black eye from what I can tell.
Well, exactly. So what happens if that happens in one of those middle rounds where they're mixing it up? Does he have to
hurt? I honestly think they're both fairly hittable. I think they'll both stand toe to toe. eventually that's what the fight's going to turn into, and then it's just a war of attrition. And I think the Triple G's he's a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger. His last two fights haven't been awesome, but he's also never been beat, and Canelo has.
Yeah, but I mean that beating was Mayweather.
And it wasn't really a beating; it was just that he got outpointed.
True. Well, I mean, and that's what I don't think is going to happen here. I don't think that either of them are going to stand at range. And honestly, in this fight, I think it would benefit Canelo more to stand at range, but I don't think he's going to. I don't think that's what's going to happen. As long as it's better than that sparring match he had last time with Cesar Chavez Jr.
Yeah, that was shit.
I can't even believe I watched that. That was,
watched it and then hated myself the rest of the night.
Yeah, I was like, man, I could have just gone to Outlaw's boxing gym 2 blocks away and watched two guys spar for 12 rounds.
Exactly. I go to the Wild Card West boxing gym, and Chris Van Heerden spars better than that every week.
Yeah, it was kind of like, dang, I can't even believe they pulled this off. And then De La Hoya's out there all mad that, Mayweather and Conor are getting all this press. And it's like, yeah, bro, but look at the last fight you sold us on. It's like, I know you've got the better fight right now, but at the same time, the casual fans don't know that. All they know is what you did last.
I blame Chavez Jr. for that debacle, though. I think Canelo did what he was supposed to do, but Chavez Jr. just looked like dog shit.
Yeah. I loved everyone's response to De La Hoya, too, when he was talking about making a mockery of boxing, because everyone would just repost infamous pictures of him that came out a short while ago.
I mean, look, how a guy chooses to dress behind closed doors is completely up to him.
And
the Adrian Adonis gimmick was going on.
Yeah, he was just paying homage to the late David Carradine in his last known wardrobe.
Oh my gosh, really? Wow.
Too soon? What? Jeez.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. I'm just making fun of you anyway.
You're off topic.
Well, okay, so we're talking about boxing, but I think it's going to be a good fight. I don't know if I want to see it.
It's going to be, I guarantee it'll be much better than what we've seen lately. It'll be the best pay-per-view of the year.
Well, and honestly, boxing needs both of these guys to come out of this as stars. Like star making wise, I think it's better if Triple G puts in a good showing and Canelo wins. But because I think it hurts Canelo a lot more career wise if he loses this fight. And Triple G, I don't think he really loses much because Triple G hasn't had as much competition. I mean, his last couple guys were finally real opponents, but before that, he was pretty much fighting tomato cans.
Well, I don't know. I think Triple G's the last sort of untouched guy that, I mean, they were talking about, Floyd coming out of retirement to fight Triple G, and Floyd didn't want any part of that. He shouldn't. He's too big for him. But Canelo, I don't know. I think Triple G has a much more to lose in a loss than Canelo does. What do I know?
Maybe we'll see.
There's a couple of weeks every year where everybody you meet is a boxing expert, and now we are in one of those times.
Well, and I'll be honest, I come in and out of it, but I think that this year has really been an exciting year for boxing, and I'm glad to see it. Honestly, I'm a fight fan all around of all the combat sports. I mean, I'll watch a high school wrestling tournament, any kind of combat sports, but I'm glad to see boxing kind of having this resurgence and some exciting guys in different weight classes. And this is actually the fight that I've been hoping for a couple of years now. So
it's the best makeable fight right now. So we're lucky to have it.
And it got made. And then here comes Conor and Mayweather. Like, oh, hey, you guys set a date. How about we set a date right before you and screw your whole giant boxing pay-per-view thing up?
Yeah, that was unfortunate. But that was look, if wrestling has taught me, if my experiences in professional wrestling has taught me anything, it's they always assume you're being worked all the time. And that's the attitude I take whenever I do anything with Lucha Underground or deal with anybody in the wrestling business. And that's exactly the attitude I took as I paid for that fight and watched the entire thing. And if I went in with the expectation that I was going to get worked, then I was completely happy with that fight because I was worked.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that it was a grand experiment, and that experiment succeeded on many levels. Those levels don't necessarily have anything to do with two highly qualified boxers in the boxing event of lifetime.
Plus, we were watching Lucha at the same time.
6, 10, and 12. That's all I will say. That is the number of punches thrown by Floyd Mayweather in each of the first 3 rounds. 6, 10, and 12. I couldn't make it to round 4.
I hope no one was watching those early rounds, because that's when Kevin Kross was doing his run-in on the AAA show at the same time. So I hope everyone missed those early rounds. But it was kind of cool. It was a cool night because we didn't have to watch the shitty undercard. We just watched wrestling instead, and then we watched the main event, and then we watched more wrestling. That kind of worked out pretty good.
I mean, I was watching Triple Mania and the undercard of the Mayweather McGregor fight, and honestly, the main thing that I missed was Kross and his run-in on AAA, and I caught almost everything else. Sadly, and then I had to go. Well, I went back and watched it. So, it was unfortunate timing, but at the same time, it was a great night. It was fun. There's lots of stuff going on for a change, unlike some of the dud weekends that we've gotten this year. Did you see any of Triple Mania, Eric?
Just the important stuff.
Just the important stuff.
No, I didn't see it. I saw some of the stuff. El Rey had a crew there actually shooting. They're shooting some behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, cool.
And so there was a ton of people that were there. DJ was there, Vampiro was there, Skip Chasen was there, Daniel Tibbetts. A bunch of El Rey folks were there. And some of the partners in Lucha Underground were there. But no, I missed it. I had to hear about everything secondhand.
Good. I like that secondhand information. That's the realm I live in.
No, I know it was one of those controversial things. So you guys are setting me up for a question here.
No, I mean, no question unless the chat room's got some kind of question. What's the chat room have to say, Byron?
They just keep typing armbar. I don't know what that means.
They're a fan of Chris Jericho's 1001 holds gimmick.
700 moves arm bars.
Here, let me say this about Lucha Underground. We have a 0 tolerance policy on wrestlers that are, that intentionally put any other wrestler in danger. Absolute 0 tolerance policy. And we've let people go in the past for that. I won't name names, but it has happened. We've found that out, and we have summarily fired people on our show. But Dulce doesn't work for Lucha Underground right now. She had a 3-season contract that ended, and we were told at the end of season 3 that she was off boxing, going to do a boxing career, maybe have another child. Great, my first initial reaction was very much of like, oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? And then when I talked to the lawyers and the people at MGM, they said, well, she's not an employee of ours. There's nothing to do. So she works for Dorian. She does not work for MGM or Lucha Underground currently. And as far as what that means, if right now I don't have a season 4 pickup, so I can't even address like what are you going to do moving forward. I can't even address that.
Well, I just think it's a shame because the character was over. As much as Casey and I have gone back and forth over her presence and persona, the character was totally over stateside, and a lot of people had put a lot of work into getting that character over stateside. And I think she's fine in Mexico, to tell you the truth. After she went on TV and, she kind of put her plea out there on that side of the border, most of the casual fans down there don't really have an issue with her. I mean, I just feel like up here on this side of the border, it's going to be tough for her working indies. And I feel like a lot of people had put time and effort into that gimmick, especially if not her as a person, that it's just kind of a shame to see that gimmick is now tainted.
Well, it taints her reputation as a worker, and I think that's a really bad thing. And I'm not sitting here taking anybody. I'm not taking Dulce's side at all in this. I don't want it to feel like I'm being protective of her. But that's the kind of stuff that follows you around for the rest of your career, and there's nothing you can do about it once you're tagged to that person. And if people don't want to work with you, then you won't work. And I would certainly never put anybody. I know just enough to know that you don't put anybody into a situation where they feel unsafe. and we would never do that on our show. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen people come back. Like stranger things have happened in the professional wrestling world, and I think there's opportunities for anyone. But at the same time, you know, you got to make it up to the locker rooms out there. That's where you got the issue. It's not with any of the fans or any of the people. Like, look, if people start letting you back in the locker rooms and back in the mat, then, you know, the fans are going to buy it to a certain extent after a while. Or you use the heat, one or the other. You just use the heat and to your advantage, and that's fine too a lot of times. But you still gotta have the trust of your coworkers in any profession.
And that's the important thing, is that her coworkers have to feel like they can trust her with their livelihood and their health and their safety. And if you don't have people willing to put that trust in you, then you're no good to any promotion, no matter how talented you are. And you know, we haven't been forced to really deal with it, and because, you know, we've sort of had a certain path that we had. You know, if you would asked me a month ago what the plans were for Sexy Star, I would have said, well, she's not under contract, so there are no plans. And that's the same answer today. But what Dorian chooses to do, that's up to Dorian.
Well, if you do bring her back, you can put me in the ring with her, because I'm pretty sure she won't hurt me.
I don't know, Justin. I've seen your
no, she might fuck you up, dude.
I like her. I like Dulce very much, and you know, it's unfortunate when people make mistakes that impact their ability to work and their ability to make a living. So you know, the whole thing was a sad situation, but and, you know, obviously regrettable. I'm sure if she could go back and redo it, she would absolutely go back and redo it. But you know, that's not the world we live in, so she'll deal with it.
Well, you touched on it very briefly, that right now there is not a season 4, right?
No, I mean, you know, I wish I had some groundbreaking news to say, but we're still hopeful for it. You know, there's conversations that are going on between the LLC and MGM and the El Rey Network, and you know, it's I could sit here and spout the theories that I have on why it's taking this long, but then it would just, you know, I think that'd be irresponsible for me to say that. I will just say that I have no indications to think that we're not coming back. The timing of it, though, is now very much in question. You know, is it the kind of thing where we have to rest the format a little bit and bring it back? There is a window of time when El Rey has the right to pick it up, and we have not crossed that threshold yet. So the ball is in their court, and I'm still hopeful. It's unfortunate because, you know, there was a lot of people, cast and crew, myself included, who, you know, figured we would be hanging out in Boyle Heights this time of year. And,
yeah, well, I'm happy just to know that you guys are still working on it, because being in TV myself, I know that really, you know, regardless of what a conversation is, when you're really doomed is when there isn't a conversation, when the phones aren't ringing, when people aren't caring anymore, when everybody has moved on, when no one's upset about it. That's when you have a real problem, because that's when it's like, okay, nobody cares.
And that's not where we are. I had a call 3 hours ago. I was on a call about this very season 4 Lucha with some very high placed people in the organization. So, you know, I think it's just one of those things that it's going to take some clever maneuvering and budgeting and a little bit of luck. But I still feel pretty good about our return. You know, it's not there's a lot of doomsaying going on out there, and I think some of that is overblown.
Yeah, you know, look, I think the shirt you're wearing says it all. I think we know whose team you're on. It's the Lucha Clique.
Yes.
It's the fans and the believers. Too. You know, hopefully you don't have one of these shirts, though. We'll get to that in a minute.
I owe you one. Byron, don't I owe you one of those shirts?
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
He doesn't deserve one. He got me 6, so I couldn't get my shirt. Fuck Byron.
Wait, one of you guys I promised one to.
Maybe it was me.
Well, Byron is the one that has been begging for one forever, but I think it would be really awesome if you just gave it to Casey instead. Because
I'll give you guys mine. I have 2, and I'll give you both mine. How's that? I have about have about 7 of those mugs and cups.
Wait, I got to ask you about the mugs. So on the Way Too Real podcast last night, they were talking about the mugs, and then I got information that there was only like 50 or 60 of them made, but then somebody else said no, there was enough for all the MGM staff and the cast and crew. So really, how much of a collector's item is the 100th episode mug? How many are out there, Eric? This is the important question.
I should go get them because there was actually 2 that were printed. One they didn't like. So there was a limited run on the first one, and they didn't like it because they didn't like the ink on it or something like that. So they said, "Not forget it. We're not giving those away." And then they put like the 100 that they initially ordered in like Tony Jensen's office. And then they did the other run that they put out that are, bigger and bolder and better lettering. It looks better. And so those they made, I don't know, 1,000 of or something like that. So I have a couple of each.
So the one that I initially heard about that was super limited is the one that never really went out.
The short one.
Yeah. So when all this blows up in your face and your whole career goes away, that's the one that goes on eBay.
That's the one that I will sell to help send my youngest child to college. That one.
Can I Venmo you like $5?
Yes, Venmo is going to be very handy, right? Everyone's Venmo money, and only one person is going to. I'll do a Venmo auction.
Well, let's talk about it. You actually you did what very few people in TV can do. Though I think Big Brother does it like every season because they have like 5 episodes a week or whatever. But you
hit. That show's still on the air.
Big Brother, yeah, really? Yeah, they're doing something.
Stirring the pot with some other people.
Can't believe people still watch that show.
I can't believe they're doing Celebrity Big Brother this winter. Roach is toast. That is going to break him. Lucha Underground
works on Big Brother, so I constantly give those guys shit because like it's one of those things where it's like they say the wrestling wars or whatever. It's the reality TV wars. Like I don't want it to ever get canceled and like Bachelor stay on the air. I want them all to stay on the air because it makes everybody work all the time. But I will mock those guys over that show constantly.
Yeah,
I mock them. I wanted to stick around.
You should mock him for not going to He-Man conventions too. You should mock him.
Did DJ stand you up on going to PowerCon?
No, you know what? I think they probably saw my tweet saying that the con was a piece of shit and not to come. So they didn't come.
Whoa, wait a minute. I've had to listen to you and Krista Joseph talk about fucking Power and Roach too for like a year and a half straight now. And then they no-show and you say it sucks after all this hype? Really?
Yeah, dude, it was like the size of like a high school cafeteria. There were like 3 rows of shit. Like it costs the same as Monsterpalooza, which is like this fucking labyrinth of tables. It was terrible. I did get a little can of He-Man slime that comes with little slime-colored He-Man figures inside of it that are like the muscle figures from the 80s, but they look like they're made out of boogers. That was pretty great. But other than that,
you could trade a Lucha Underground 100 episode mug for that for DJ. I think he would give you a trade straight across.
Okay, but I want the good one, DJ. I want the good one. I want the limited ass version. And I also
the flawed one that they didn't do the full run on.
And I also want you to call me instead of Kevin Gill next time AAA needs an English commentator. Thanks.
Here comes a famous luchador. Known worldwide.
Poor Kevin Gill, man. I feel bad for the guy now.
Like, bad?
He's not even on Conan's show anymore. Like apparently they really got into it after the whole thing. He took so much shit from everyone, and I guess he's off crying in the corner about it now. And I feel bad because I like KG, but his commentary on Triple Mania really just wasn't very good.
Honestly,
I'm wondering if Vamp gave him that gig because I know he's friends with Vamp. Vamp's involved with that.
So, because they have some mutual Juggalo friends, I'm sure.
I think so.
I have a question. I have a question. If you routinely shave your head and you get a head tattoo and then you immediately grow your hair back out for the first time in decades, is that related?
Why don't you wait until he's on the show, Byron? You know he wants to do the show.
He doesn't know how to use a computer.
You volunteered to tell him how to use the Google Hangouts.
He's not good at technology. But he's also gone vegan and he's dropped like 90 pounds.
Yeah, I noticed. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's looking pretty ripped. And
I like swollen Vamp a little bit better. I like stung by bees Vampiro. That's
a little happier.
A little scarier.
Lights on Fire better?
Yeah. Oh. That was still one of my favorite moments in Lucha Underground history.
My wrestling experience was that was my first season, and that was a match that was obviously 100-something matches in the season, and it was so different than everything else. I had this moment where I think I pulled DJ apart and I go, wait a minute, what I just saw, was that good? I was like, did you think that was good? Because I have no idea how to process that. We almost killed a little girl in the front seat, and you're telling me this was really good.
I remember seeing a family with small children walk out mid-match.
Yeah, because a light tube flew over her head and shattered against the wall like a foot above her head. It was crazy.
Well, see, if you're me and Casey, that is the point at which you know that the match was good.
Right. When I felt like I was going to get thumbtacks rained upon me from the superplex, making them bounce at us, it's great. It's like you don't feel like you're having a good time at a wrestling show unless you're fearing for your life. That's my...
I mean, yeah, like when I was a teenager, I was going to the ECW arena and like New Jack was...
Here it is.
Traitors off of people's heads that were landing on people in the audience, and then they were rubbing them on their faces.
ECW reference. Here
comes Justin. He used to go to ECW shows when he was younger.
Have you ever been to a good show, Byron? You've been to a couple good shows, right?
I was just at the post SummerSlam Raw in Brooklyn.
You were supposed to say yes. You were supposed to say, yeah, you were at the fucking Ultima Lucha we were just talking about that Justin wasn't at, Byron. Rub it in his face.
I don't want to. Oh, yeah. No, I was at that one.
Yeah,
I really wasn't at that one.
I
wasn't invited.
Well, it was really good. You missed out on a lot.
Yeah, it was great, especially the stuff that you'll never see.
Yeah.
You guys are jerks. Well, you know what you guys weren't there for? You guys weren't there for this episode.
Or the last episode.
100.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the cop brawl was also filmed that same day, I believe, because I was at that as well.
Yeah, Justin, you're a dick, by the way. Like, I want to tell the audience what a dick Justin is. We podcast with Justin the Dick, and he doesn't fucking tell us what happens on these tapings. He wouldn't tell us shit.
I think I brought back one little piece of caution tape.
Why would you want to know?
The set, and I said, yeah, some stuff happened this weekend, and they were like, well, what happened? And I was like,
that's true.
You know.
whenever he NDA'd his podcast co-host. He NDA'd us. Like, seriously. Thanks, Justin.
Whenever I would miss a taping, Casey would always be sure to let me know that I missed something super awesome.
And then I'd lie about what it was, like a good friend. I'd be like, yeah, dude, Sid was fucking there.
Just so you know.
Well, if I had told you about Reyes and Joey Ryan, you would have never believed me anyway. That like I'm there and I see EV Dub earlier in the day, right when the squad car is getting positioned or starting to get positioned or whatever, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And he's just like, oh, that's just the early shit. Wait till you see the episode 100 stuff that we got coming up later, because that was episode 99 or whatever was being filmed before the intermission, and 100 was after the intermission.
Whenever there's lots of props and extensive setups, we do that right out the chute, like first match of the day, so we can get it over with and have time to move everything out.
It was crazy too, because we walked into the temple and there's caution tape everywhere. There's a damn squad car. There's all these dudes in jack boots with riot gear. We're like, what the fuck happened? Are we all like, getting sent to another country? Is this the gulag? What's going on in here? And I had no clue because we didn't know the storyline was setting it up. I mean, it's mostly a backstage storyline. So we finally, they come out for the match and we're like, oh shit, something happened backstage and it's going down between Joey Ryan and Ricky Reyes now.
And then we're like, that's why they called Reyes a rat earlier, because like we didn't get to see the cop thing until after the tapings.
More fun that way, don't you think?
Yeah,
but I think that LAPD's finest should have been represented. Or were you still working the paddy wagon detail that day, Eric?
Yeah, I had to do an overtime shift down at the Twin Towers, so I couldn't quite make it out that day.
Okay, speaking of cameos, before we get too far into this episode, what's up with Godfrey? We're gonna get some more of him?
I would guess so. You don't bring a guy like that out just for 5 seconds, do you?
No, and it was like a huge thing. Like it was
somebody had to replace Lorenzo Lamas, you know?
Well, first of all, there's no way to replace Lorenzo Lamas. Let's not take it down.
Unless you get Jan Michael Vincent on the show, because I'm pretty sure he's still alive, I think. Jan Michael Vincent? Yeah, he's alive. Yeah.
Is he?
I think so. He's just really fucked up.
Yeah, he is. Godfrey, he's a fan of the show. Like,
hell yeah.
He was a legitimate fan, and so it's kind of weird when you like, who can we get to this? Sometimes you have to say, okay, well, who can we get?
We'll do it.
We'll do it for the little bit of money that we have and work non-union, and come out and do that. And the good thing about Lorenzo was he had moved out of LA to go be a helicopter pilot in Las Vegas, so he's not even in the acting business anymore. And but we love that character, and when we started seeing those scenes with him and Dario, we started writing all the storyline for him. Finally, he calls me. He's like, "Hey, Eric, dude, I'm not an actor anymore, man. I got a helicopter business in Vegas. You got to write me off. I can't keep coming to LA to shoot this stuff." So that's when. So I called DJ. I'm like, you got him one more day. We got to. He's like, oh, I have Cage kill him. I'm like, perfect.
Well, see, that's got to be fun. It'd just be like, great. We get to kill Lorenzo Lamas today on short notice. Let's do it.
It was a very short notice kill. And so the role that Lorenzo was supposed to play has now been taken over by Godfrey.
I just like that Godfrey said Pentagon.
Were there other options that you were debating?
There's always other options. I mean, there's always we're in LA, for God's sakes. Like
no, I mean on how you were going to kill him besides pop his head.
I just left that up to DJ, and I think it was the best one.
It came out great too.
He wrote the eyeball in the script. The eyeball smash was written in the script. Sometimes Skip improvises those kind of things, but the squishy eyeball was Chris DeJoseph's brilliant creation.
How did you improvise the eyeball though? Where would you just pop one out of a PA?
We let Skip worry about this stuff. He's like,
how do you handle your PAs? Good God,
dude, Byron, they're in Boyle Heights. You go to a butcher, you get some fucking eyeballs, you use real guts, and then your set smells like shit the rest of the day. I thought you made a horror movie. Jesus Christ, Byron.
It was in Pennsylvania in the woods.
The temple smells like shit all the time anyway.
Yeah, it's that one corner. We call it Poo Corner outside.
I know why.
Yeah.
I know why.
I don't get it.
I remember that. That was scandalous.
A couple, three scandalous things. Well, hopefully we get back for some more scandalous things.
Yes.
All right. So, how does it feel to get to 100? Because, like what I was saying before we started talking about Big Brother, there's not a lot of shows that really get there. I mean, if you're on a network, you figure you get 20 to 23 back in the old days. Nowadays, it's like 13. I mean, Game of Thrones will never even hit 100 episodes, right? So, like, how does it feel to get to 100?
I was thinking that. It's like, of all the shows that I've worked on in like 27 years now of television, I can list them on one hand that made 100 episodes, and it's like Survivor, Amazing Race, Apprentice, and I didn't do 100. I didn't do 100 on all of those. I'm just saying I was around. Those shows have done over 100, and then Lucha, in fourth place. And those shows are like institutions. Those shows are those are sort of once every couple of year kind of programming. And I mean, it's if you'd have asked me 4 years ago that we'd be looking at 100 episodes, I just said, and Donald Trump will be president too.
Oh.
Well, I mean, and you guys hit it in basically like 3 years. I mean, I know it's been 4 since you started the whole project, but it's really only been on air for under 3 years, right?
Yeah, season 1 was 40, season 2 was 26, season 3 was 40 again, or the 39, 26, and 40.
I remember being blown away when I showed up that day because I don't think that many of us, even the hardcore fans, knew that it was the 100th episode, or maybe we had heard the day before or something. But getting there and the atmosphere that was going on with everyone was pretty amazing, just from people standing around making their cricket, banners from the printer or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was almost an Ultima Lucha vibe, but there was a little more reverence to it. Like I think people were actually honored to be there that day. And it wasn't so much about what crazy shit are they going to throw at us. It was more like, holy shit, we're like involved with something that's really happening here.
Yeah, and you could tell people were trying to do the math in their heads because, like, I think at that time we'd only aired up to like episode 50 something. So they're like, "Wait, 100?" I'm like, "Yeah, we got a whole year's worth that we've banked. You guys have sat through a year's worth of wrestling television that we have not shown yet." So, I'm watching these episodes now like almost completely brand new. Like I feel like I'm seeing them for the first time because it's like. Oh, hey, look who joined. Killer Kross.
Oh, Jesus, there's a killer in the room.
Ah! Good evening.
Hi, Kevin.
Good afternoon. Good day.
I think it's evening for Byron because he's on the East Coast.
Really?
New York.
That's gross, Byron.
Yeah.
You're lucky, Kevin. You showed up before. You showed up after EV Dub told us all his thoughts on Triple Mania.
Oh, dear.
Not that he said anything bad about you.
I didn't see it, Kevin. Don't worry. I didn't see it. But I'm glad that you got a big push.
Oh, I am too, man. It's been awesome being in front of a crowd like that energized. I mean, that was insane. But
did anyone tell you that your mother's pussy smells like sour milk? Because if they don't tell you that at a Triple Mania show, then you're really not over as a heel enough.
Well, I've had Ziploc bags of piss thrown at me. So I'm going all right.
Oh, you had the Ziploc bags of piss thrown at you?
Oh, they use the ones that actually seal?
Yeah, that's what happened to Luis. Luis's first experience with an angry wrestling crowd was exactly that phrasing. So Dario was baptized by fire on 5 minutes into his wrestling career.
Sounds about right. Rocks, piss, bottle, yeah, and other unknown liquids.
Wow, that's super duper gross.
Do they have a lawyer come out at Triple Mania and tell everybody that they might be exposed to bodily fluids?
No way in hell.
It's not a real show if they don't.
I saw Kat today, actually, the lawyer that used to do that spiel. And I was at MGM today and bumped into her. And of course, we had to reminisce about how people would bring signs in her honor. And she was always the best person to actually do it. Oh, hold on one second, guys.
You're blowing up.
No, that's my son calling me, wanting me to come pick him up.
Oh, we're going to lose EV Dub. Well, I wanted to congratulate you again on the 100 episodes because it's really ridiculous and crazy that, from us just going and hanging out in the temple to seeing the temple fill up and to seeing like just the deafening roar that you could get from 400 people to actually getting to 100 episodes is freaking amazing. I don't know if we all thought it was going to get there, and regardless of what is coming in the future, I think this is a huge moment to be celebrated by everybody involved.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's been one of the really fun, fulfilling, exciting, frustrating, crazy experiences. Just when you think you've done it all, you do a show like this, and everything after this will seem really boring in comparison. But it's really a credit to the talent, the wrestlers. I mean, everybody knows anyone who works in television, casting is everything. The guys who show up and do what they do, not even prompted by us. We don't tell people to do the things they do. They do it because they love it, and they everybody wants a chance to shine in the way that they choose on Lucha Underground. So we let them in, thanks to DJ and Roach and those guys giving everybody the right opportunity. And really the most important thing about season 4 is we got to get Killer Kross on this show in the worst possible way. And I look at like the delays in this and I feel like poor Kevin is got the biggest burden because he was set to take off in season 4, and now we've just been playing the waiting game and the waiting game and the waiting game. And Kevin, you are a good guy for hanging around and waiting. And I'm glad that Dorian is at least capitalizing to some extent. But we can't wait till we get to do it on Lucha Underground as well. So,
and thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to get back there with everyone.
No, it's going to be great. Kevin's one of the good ones. Guys, always good to see you. I hope I didn't say too much.
We don't ever hope that. We hope you always say too much, but
Triple G by stoppage in round 11. That's what I will leave you with.
I got Triple G in round 10. So
Kevin, what's your call?
This is a 50-50 fight, because if Triple G takes shots to get in, and he likes to do that, this is not the guy to take shots with. But he's really smart, so he might bait him. I think Triple G, the keys to victory here is to bait him up there, but not be available to hit and counterpunch Canelo. But if Canelo hits clean on Triple G, that's going to be a wrap, I think. But like I said, 50-50.
I think the middle rounds of this fight are going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it.
Let's all hope so. Hey, Eric, before you leave,
yes, sir.
We had mentioned on our show that MGM has got some interest in WoW. Is there anything going on that front that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah. I mean, there's been some meetings. David McLean, who's one of the great characters in the history of wrestling and women's wrestling in particular. I've gotten to know David. We've had some meetings about MGM getting involved in helping them sell the WoW show, and got to meet with Jeannie Buss a few times. And as a lifelong Laker fan, I can tell you that was an absolute thrilling moment to go hang out in her office with her. But there is, it's sort of in the hands of the MGM development team, and I've popped in and out on some of their discussions. But I think you're going to start hearing more and more from WoW coming in the next year. I think WoW is poised for a more mainstream comeback.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, look, women's wrestling is totally hot right now between Mae Young and Sabotage and all the stuff that's going on out there. And, even the women's division in WWE is actually sometimes getting a good treatment these days. So
and Glow was a big, sort of breakout summer hit on Netflix. And, we have that guy. We have the guy from Glow. So it would be a shame if we couldn't come up with a creative way to sort of use the buzz around women's wrestling and about David and all the crazy stuff. So I do think there will hopefully there will be some things coming up in the future between MGM and David and Jeannie. That would be cool. And if I can be involved in it in any way, I absolutely would be.
Well, hey, you know where to come to talk about it. If you got anything to tell us about future of Lucha Underground or WoW or any cool stuff you got going on over at MGM, or if you just want to come and hate on Big Brother some more, you're always welcome, my friend.
I'm always willing to do that.
Cheers, Eric. Go get your kid. Get out of here, man.
All right. Thanks See you, Kevin. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thanks, Eric.
All right. Man, the timing couldn't work out better. You cross over with EV Dub, and now the killer is here. And, dude, it's ridiculous. Like, every time we talk to you, and then you go away, and you do all this crazy shit. By the time we talk to you again, and it hasn't even been that freaking long. Like
I think I'm really sick.
You have gotten over in a whole nother country on a whole nother level. And for a while, people were like, I was busting people's balls that I had heat with you because all this shit was going on and I wasn't getting the inside scoop. And I was just like, God damn it, what is Kross is murdering people? We should know about this ahead of time.
Yes. Well, the problem is that I'm a very impulsive individual, and I don't even know what's going on ahead of time, and neither does the company. Ha! So, yeah, I'm back, and now we can talk about anything. We can get nuts. We can let the zombies out. I'm ready for the apocalypse. What the hell's been going on with you guys? What's new?
Dude, I mean, everything is new. Everything is new and old. My show is since last I saw you, my show started airing on Discovery Channel. Cheap plug. Gear Dogs, Monday nights, 10 p.m.
Ooh, that's a good time slot.
It's a terrible time slot because everyone who watches this show is freaking watching Raw and they don't care. But I'm like, dude, watch the Hulu version. Watch my show live. I need the numbers.
Yeah.
Vince doesn't need the fucking numbers.
Dude, I gotta plug the Hulu version of Raw and SmackDown. Cause shit, I watched SmackDown. I haven't watched WWE in 2 years. I watched SmackDown yesterday because I got fucking Hulu. Cause let me tell you guys something. Any of you that are college students out there, you can get a Hulu subscription and a Spotify subscription for $5 a month right now. It's a special deal. You have to verify that you're enrolled in school and all that shit, but it's worth it. I just wanted to catch up on Rick and Morty, but yeah, dude.
We'll do it.
90-minute Raw is good Raw.
That's pretty much the only way. that I watch it. I mean, every now and then I'll put it on in the background on Monday nights, but certainly not while my own show is airing. And Byron, your show's still on Saturday nights, right?
Saturdays, I think 10 p.m. on
What's
the
it called?
Stuff channel. Get In Where You Fit In on the Vanilla Ice Project.
Vanilla Ice
I don't think
Project.
that's. You know, I don't have a fucking show, but I'm going to Monsterpalooza tomorrow, so your shows can suck my dick because I'm gonna go fucking hang out with zombies and monsters and shit. I'm gonna, fucking say what up to Jason and Leatherface while you guys are like, oh, I did a show with Vanilla Ice like 12 years ago that's finally airing. You know what? I'm going to Monsterpalooza tomorrow.
Dude, stop by the Crypt TV booth and say what's up to Erica Gradiaga, who's a good friend of mine who did a Crypt TV short not too long ago with a couple of cool guest stars in it that I know. So
yeah, and I liked it.
That booth.
I liked it. It was
it's called
good.
Morgu. It's called Morgu. Watch it, guys. She's an awesome director. All right, so Kevin, let's talk a little bit about AAA. I know you got some other stuff coming up soon, but I want to talk about AAA because we haven't talked to you since like the shit hit the fan. I think the last time we talked to you, you had just popped Tejano's eyes out.
Yeah.
And we haven't really talked to you since then. But I'm going to start current and work backwards. And I don't know how much more you've taped for them, but I currently saw a picture of you standing over Reyes Scorpion and the recently unmasked Dr. Wagner. Jesus Christ, are you killing legends now?
That's what has to happen. I mean, look, the title picture is fantastic, but people are really upset that Jon has all the belts, and I think that's funny. So let's keep the belts on Jon. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I am the only reason that Jon has retained the titles in situations that were not complementing a one-on-one capacity. And if you notice, anytime Jon has been in a one-on-one match, I've been a gentleman. I sat in the back. I had some popcorn, a Diet Coke, and I watched Jon decimate these guys. But the company has continuously put Johnny Mundo into situations where it's been, he's in triple threats. But the company is booking, Phantasma and Tejano, who publicly are best friends, in these types of situations. We all know it's going to be a handicap match. So, when stuff like that happens, I have to interfere. I have to make sure that the ball stays in the proper court. But on my own accord, I'm going to go after the people that are on the posters. Wagner's everywhere. Why wouldn't I dive bomb Wagner on his head? Reyes Scorpion made his debut. Hi, my name's Killer Kross. Welcome to the hospital. And then Psycho Clown's there. His face is everywhere. We got to dive bomb him too. He was in the picture, but he was there at night. But they didn't get him in the picture. He was in the corner in fetal position. But yeah, things have been good.
And you've got your work cut out for you because I think in the next big show, Mundo's got to wrestle like 80 times against 50 different people. So you're going to get your hands dirty, I think.
Yeah, it might be
if that booking holds, that's going to be. I've heard that the setup or what's coming is that Johnny's going to have to defend these belts, and that there's going to be that Vamp's kind of fucking with him a little bit to make him deal with it now. But I guess that puts you in an awkward situation.
It does put me in an awkward situation, but I mean, to be honest with you, I'm just waiting. I mean, any day now I'll get fired, I'm sure. So, I mean, I'm not on the show on the 23rd. And then, I mean, who knows? I mean, AAA might just get rid of Killer Kross before that show just to secure that Johnny loses those belts.
Well, they better stack the border so you can't cross into the country if that happens.
I think the real awkward situation is deciding which of these 900 wrestlers to incapacitate first. And that's what we're looking forward to seeing is some motherfuckers getting dropped on their heads. And the more that Meatloaf cries, the better. So if it's Phantasma, go right ahead. He's in the chat right now. We like making him cry.
Oh dear. If Kross saw any of these guys backstage on that October 1st show, he would make sure they had no ability whatsoever to even walk down to the ring. But who knows? I might not even be there. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I think that business-wise, even if they're trying to get everything off, I mean, look, they'd be smart if they're trying to get belts off of Mundo not to even let you in the country. Let's just be honest. But for the sake of their crowds and keeping the money flowing down there, I gotta think they want to let you in the building. It just seems like a smart play at this point. They've got some heat invested in you, and people genuinely hate you on a pretty visceral level down there. which might kind of be scary to walk around in an arena, but at the same time, that's good for their product. I mean, they got to have a bad guy, and I'm pretty sure you're it.
That's what we're striving for.
Some people are appreciating your work because I have already had a fake Mexican Kevin Kross friend me on Facebook, so I think your work's going pretty well down there. I think people are appreciating it so much that you're seeing some forms of flattery through imitation on some of the big shows these days. Oh, Jesus Christ, Justin.
Yep, I'm glad somebody said it. I mean, my God. But, to be honest with you, I've never once ever gone out of my way to rip anybody off. But my influences bleed through. And everyone, I mean, if anyone's ever seen me work, you're going to see some Taz, you're going to see some Kawada, you're going to see some Kobashi, some Misawa. And I don't hold it against anyone when their influences bleed through as well. But it's just kind of interesting because you do see some things that no one's done really as a heavyweight in the last 12 years that I've been the only one doing that they're suddenly now doing on TV now that I'm on TV in Mexico. But hey, man, we don't have to go there. Nothing makes any sense. And this isn't, this is the Matrix. So, bang my head through this window over here.
It's okay because I'm pretty sure I just saw Kofi Kingston steal one of Aerostar's dives and it went very horribly on SmackDown this week. Yeah.
Oh, did he do the thing where he runs to the ropes and then he
No, he stole the trust fall, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't do that in WWE.
I wouldn't do that fucking anywhere. Dude, Aerostar's crazy, okay? Like
they don't catch you on your dives or falls in WWE. Grand Metalik, I think they don't even let him wrestle because
is that how you pronounce that?
Wait, who? Grandma
Grand Metalik.
Grand Metalik.
How am I supposed to know how you pronounce it?
Fucking hair care.
Grand Middle East.
How am I supposed to know? I never see him on TV.
Okay, that's a good point.
Hey, all you got to do is listen to the Cubs fan. He knows when he's going to be on TV. So there you go.
So I want to talk to you a little bit about Triple Mania because we haven't talked to you since then either. Huge show. So awesome that you were on it. So incredibly pissed that you were on it right when I was watching the McGregor-Mayweather fight. So I had to watch your segment of it later. I was furious about that. Like, I wanted to call Vamp up and DJ and Dorian and everybody and just be like, really? Did you have to fucking put Kross on right at this particular second? You couldn't have dragged that out just a little bit longer or gotten it on earlier. But
that's the story of my life, dude. But go ahead.
But no, I think the Twitch thing was awesome because I think a ton of people still saw it. They replayed it a bunch of times. I know a shitload of people that watched it. So I really appreciated that they did the Twitch thing. I hope they keep doing it in spite of all the shit that KG took for his commentary on it. I don't care. I would watch it again with KG if they keep doing it. The Twitch thing was awesome. So I thought that was great too. I mean, I thought the level of exposure that you got that day was great. And you had a great run-in spot and you weren't even on the bill. Like, a lot of us didn't know if you were actually going to be there or not. So talk to us about the big show, man. This is one of the biggest wrestling shows of the year.
And please tell us how scary those ladders are because they looked fucking horrifying.
Sketch.
Here's the funny detail before I forget. If you go back and watch that match, you'll notice that there were steel reinforcements on all the tables. Let's just start the conversation off with that. Go back and tables were all reinforced. Poor John. Poor everyone. But I mean, on the lighter side of things, that was a really cool experience. I tripped out when I was there because the day before, I got into the building to scope everything out, and they were running the tributes and the highlights and stuff like that from the previous Triple Manias, and just seeing like Paraguayo, and they had Art there. Art Barr was up there, and Eddie, knowing that Ray was on that stage. So many people that I've grown up watching or just have recently discovered over the last 5 years that I've been kind of studying, and being there on a stage and a place where those guys have been, it was really fulfilling. I don't know how to better describe it than that, but it was a really, really cool experience. I was very grateful. And honored and privileged is something that's overly used and almost has no meaning whatsoever because so many people say it. But I'm going to say it with the utmost sincerity. I was honored and privileged to be there in any capacity whatsoever. I mean, there's over 5,000 professional wrestlers alone in North America. And, I was one of those people that got to be there for that event. So I was very grateful to be there. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it was sweet. I mean, like, this promotion has been a great avenue for you, and they needed it. We talked about that last time, and hopefully they still got a few more things for you, and then hopefully by the time they don't have anything for you, EV Dub's got this season 4 thing lined up, and you can come up here and destroy some more people.
I have a question.
I want you to come. I really, really would love to see you come into the temple now as the super, like, autograph signing, over the top, happy baby face, like giving out teddy bears and candy to little kids. Like, let's just completely break the mold here. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could do the Uber, like, more hugs than Bailey level baby face?
I could be the next Steven Richards to the most obnoxious, annoying level you could possibly imagine. Like, I'm talking right to censor, out there to protect everyone, including from themselves. I could do that. But I think my preference would be to just annihilate the whole room.
No,
but I could do both.
I got a question for you, Kevin. While you're annihilating people at Triple Mania, what were the jeans of choice for the run-in, and were they the Chuck Norris action jeans?
Was it stretch crotch?
They were the Chuck Norris action jeans, and I had the cowboy hat that never falls off when you sidekick. But I don't want to steal Tejano's neck. He comes down with a hat, so I left it in the back. But that was funny. I had all of my gear, and I had a suit and a casual pair of jeans, and I had no idea what was going to be going on that day. So I figured it would probably really confuse people if I ran down with my wrestling gear on, because it wasn't in the match and I wasn't cashing in. People thought that I was going to be cashing in on that day, so I didn't want to confuse the audience or anyone watching it. So I tried to go in there as Sid Justice as I possibly could.
Yes,
King Sid.
Well, I mean, there was no reason for you to cash in yet, man. I figure your cash in will come at an appropriate time when you feel like the belt needs to be around your waist instead of your friends. That's just my opinion.
Exactly.
I don't have to answer that.
Yeah, the whole purpose of me getting the cash in the case was to get it away from that Mascara de Bronze kid, right? Mm-hmm. So, now that he couldn't cash in on John and I have it, I'm just going to hold on to it forever. It's going to collect dust.
Right. Since he was keeping his lunch in it to go to school and shit because he's like 8 years old and,
Look, just don't send it in with anybody for any photo ops or anything like that. Like, make sure you go with it wherever it needs to appear.
Handcuff it to your wrist.
Take it when you leave.
The best gimmick would be the guy who runs down to cash in the case, but he left the case somewhere and someone took the papers out, and for once they open it to see if the contract's there. He can't cash in.
The first time they actually open it for the contract.
Like, we got to double check this first.
That would be amazing.
This is a legally binding document that we need to examine.
Yeah, sir. You just have the briefcase. Where's the material in it? What are you talking about? Ring the bell. Like, that would be the funniest.
And that's how you get the new wrestler in with the notary gimmick, because you know how Vince used to love wrestlers with jobs, so they could have a guy with a stamp that like notarizes people before he beats them and shit, or he like certifies that they've been pinned. It's just like, pshaw! You can have that one for free, Kevin, if you want to do that. Pshaw!
Thanks a lot. Thank you. I was thinking about putting the coins on his eyes and getting like a little gavel and an X stamp on his forehead, but I'm sure the boys don't want to get their heads stamped every night. So, but
especially when it's a guy you don't like and you use permanent ink without telling them.
I don't know. People wrestled the Boogeyman, and he did some weird stuff.
Oh yeah. Hopefully they got bonus pay for that. They're eating worms and dog shit.
Out of his mouth.
That's all fun and games.
I'd rather get
eating dog shit.
So gross.
Oh, poor British Bulldog. Oh, god damn it.
Oh.
The rock bottom and the dog shit match. Yeah, that was great book in there. Oh, I think that was one of DJ's ideas. I'm just going to say it was like the Katie Vick thing. I'm going to say it was.
I heard the Katie Vick thing was DJ too.
No, see, I got scared because I said that on the show, and he never said I was wrong, and he was there during the Katie Vick thing, so that might actually be legit. He never said, "Casey, you're an asshole."
Was he there for the birth of a hand?
I don't know.
Did he do that one too?
We don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's responsible for Kelly stopping the striptease thing.
Mm-hmm.
You guys heard the story about the hand, though, right? Like what it originally was going to be, what Vince wanted it to be.
What's that?
He wanted to like pull out a fucking water bottle, so it was like she gave birth to a douchebag. And they're like, we can't fucking do that. No. And then she would say, I wonder where that went. And this is legit. This is legit. And yeah, so they're like, fuck, what are we going to do? And then someone else decided the hand. I don't know why. Maybe they're fans of the Addams Family. Who isn't? You know? Great show. But yeah.
It was pretty. I mean, it's pretty random and ridiculous, no matter how you cut it. But we're just going to chalk all those up to DJ. We're just going to say he wrote all of them, even if he was not even there.
Well, he hasn't
denies it.
Yeah.
I always wanted Kane to have like a part-time show called like the Katie Vick series, and I just wanted it to be completely ridiculous. But that's just me. I have a very strange sense of humor. But I remember the outrage.
I got something.
What's that?
There's a novel, okay? It is the most fucking weird thing you will ever see. The WWE actually fucking put out that was supposed to put all the Kane continuity, all the fucked up stuff that they like messed up, and put it all together so that it was like the real story of Kane is a novel. And this is real. So, okay, so since they revealed that The Undertaker's name was Mark Calloway on the air, Kane has to be Kane Calloway, so that's his real name and storyline for him. Okay, then there was the whole thing about the fire, and then he did decide to become a wrestler, but Undertaker, when he was originally Kane the Undertaker, that was in tribute to his dead brother. So they even put that in there. They get all these little tidbits, right? So Katie Vick happened. Because in the Katie Vick angle, they kind of fucked up, and Kane said he was touring as a wrestler when it happened, when it's like, you're supposed to be a burn victim that just kind of came back and wasn't burnt when we took your mask off. So they had to explain all that shit, too. It's a fucking clusterfuck and amazing.
Did they explain his haircut when he took the mask off?
Well, it was supposed to be that, okay, like, originally I think it was supposed to be that he was burnt, but then they said his scars were only mental. But why does he not have eyebrows or like half of his head of hair? I don't know. Yeah,
like they didn't even shave like the Hulk Hogan like horseshoe. They just shaved the front half of the hemisphere.
Yeah, they went kind of like a sun visor, like Statue of Liberty style almost. Like
he definitely lost a bet inconveniently right before he lost his mask.
Jesus, you guys
he was on a losing streak big time.
Clearly you have way too much time on your hands.
Dude, I fucking read that book. What do you think, dude? Of course I had a lot of time on my hands.
Well, okay, Kevin, you said that you're not going to be down in Mexico on the 23rd, which is probably good because you're doing FSW on the 24th, right?
I got my hands full with the Innovator of Violence, Tommy Dreamer in Las Vegas at Sam's Town on the 24th.
This hurts my parts. First of all, you should shamelessly plug it because it's a fucking sweet card. You got you versus Tommy Dreamer. You got Matt Bro Riddle versus The Machine. You got Keith Lee, Cobb, and Willie Mack in a three-way. Good.
Oh shit, Lord. Dude! Oh, that's dope.
Reno Scum's in there. Who are they facing? Bonus Boys, I think, right?
Bonus Boys.
Yeah, yep. And then I know Hammerstone's on the card and Callahan's on the card, right? Jessica Havoc's on there. Heather Monroe's on there. Who else? Sammy Guevara.
The Sixers are going to be competing against the Sammy Callahan's guys, the Ohio Valley Killers. I don't know their names. The Christ Brothers.
Yeah, I don't know. They do have a new gimmick name. I don't know what it is.
I know who they are, and I know all of their work. I just didn't know what they were rolling with. But yeah, Christ Brothers will be there, whatever, under some alias.
Yeah, and Sammy Guevara and Scorpio Sky's there too, right?
That's right. Yeah, Scorpio's going to be there. Guevara. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy show.
I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. First of all, I'm working, and I'm going to be in like middle of Louisiana. And I'm super, super pissed because that is absolutely a show I would have driven to Vegas for.
Say hello to the Skinner for me, Justin.
But oh god, I'm deathly afraid. But I'll tell you about that later. I'm going to some podunk spots on my new job, my next show.
Dude, I want Kevin Kross to not only beat Tommy Dreamer.
Wait, what the fuck? Really?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. First, I want you to drop him on his fat head, and then I want you to get his mouth and make him say like a puppet, like Casey is better at the wrestling name game than Matt Striker, just so he can hear Tommy Dreamer say it, and then he'll start crying because he's dodging me. He got this whole season 4 delayed, so he doesn't have to do the wrestling name game with me. I'm onto your game, Matt Striker.
I do believe that Stryker is dodging you, but do we have to get Tommy Dreamer beat up for? Like, I'm really hoping that there's some last second swerve, and this turns into like a tag match where Tommy doesn't really have to go with Kevin, or that like somehow they end up on the same team. Like this is one of my childhood idols, Kevin, and I'm very, very afraid for his life.
The only hope that Tommy Dreamer has is if they change it to a fucking pie eating contest. All right, Kross is gonna destroy this man.
Well, I'm not disputing that part of it. What I'm saying is I love Tommy Dreamer, and this is really, really unfortunate for him. Like, I hope that they really drove the money truck up to his house and just dumped off piles of money to even have him step foot in the ring with Kevin. This is really unfortunate.
Well, what's the nicest way that you could totally destroy Tommy Dreamer? Out of respect.
He just wouldn't allow that to happen, though. I'm anticipating Tommy getting a hold of weapons and trying to break everything in the room over my head. So I know where you guys are coming from, but I'm a little bit more concerned that Tommy's going to maybe show up with a cheese grater or a staple gun or maybe a rocket launcher. I mean,
I thought you were going to say cheesesteak.
He's going to show up with a cheesesteak. Just don't. If he tries to hit you with the cheesesteak or if he eats the steak and tries to mist you with it or something, that's not cool. Someone should do that though, like chew up food and miss someone, because that's fucking gross.
I'm not gonna lie. If there's a cheesesteak spot, I'm gonna pop for it.
I'm watching a lot of Raven. I'm watching a lot of the people who used to terrorize him, and that's all I'm gonna say. And that's what he's going to be getting on the 24th. He's going to be getting a reminder of all the people that put him through hell in ECW. And I know, but there's going to be a whole lot of that coming.
I hope you're watching some Bulldozer Brian Lee while you're at it. Wow, those tables won't stand a fucking chance. I'll tell you that much.
Well, for anybody who's in the Vegas area, anybody who's going to be in the Vegas area, it's Sunday the 24th. That's Sam's Town. There are a few front row and VIP tickets left. Like and when I say a few, I mean like 5. So if you want them, hit up facebook.com/FSW Vegas, DM them or see whatever the deal is to get the tickets. But Byron and I have done it. We went out to When Worlds Collide, I think it was called. And we got the front row deal, and it was great. Got to see everybody backstage, and it was super fun. So
it's awesome.
Go on our behalf, and then come on our show next week, whoever's out there who's going, and let us know how the show was. And unless of course Tommy Dreamer dies, in which case I don't really want to know. I guess I'll just read about it. I'll go to the funeral or something.
Fuck you, Justin. No. If Tommy Dreamer gets killed by Kevin Kross, he's gonna fucking be a guest on this show, Weekend at Bernie's style. I'm gonna produce that episode.
No way. I hear a ringside ticket get you an autographed limb of Tommy Dreamer's. Kevin Kross will sign it in his blood.
Just so awful.
I'm hoping something transpires that night where the fans come up with something I could carry with me for a while, because I got the killer name from I guess a series of things, but what really set it off was when Shane and I competed in North Carolina. Shane Douglas, I took the hand tape in my hands and I wrapped it around his throat like in No Country for Old Men when Anton Chigurh's in the police station and he chokes the cop, and people in the audience were saying that he was dead. Shane was foaming at the mouth. So we're going to try to make a good moment on the 24th, something good. Maybe Tommy will get a new name. Maybe he'll give me a Death Valley driver, Spicoli driver off the roof. We'll see.
Tommy's going to get a new name, all right. It's going to be Fatty Fat. And I think I've done this enough. I'm sorry, Tommy.
I like that. I like this Spicoli driver reference.
He's loading his gun right now. Listen to this.
Kevin, have the Masked Republic guys booked you on Expo Lucha yet? I mean, I know it's 49 weeks away, but
only 49 weeks away, Justin. Only.
But they already have like 12 people booked for this thing. I'm amazed. Like, dude, they are getting ahead of the game.
Yeah, as of yesterday, it's funny you mentioned that. I was actually approached by some organizers out here in Vegas and some people that are involved, some sponsors and endorsers. They asked me to be a part of it, so I will be there. It hasn't been announced, but there's the debut answer on the show. No one even knows that, not even my wife. So, yeah, I will be there.
I mean, it's just fitting. You're like the ambassador of violence to Lucha Libre at this point. I wouldn't necessarily call you a luchador in the traditional sense, but you are in AAA and you do wrestle in Mexico against masked performers on a regular basis. And you happen to be in Vegas on a regular basis. So it just seems like if they're doing Expo Lucha, then you should be there and destroying all the masked luchadors just like you do everywhere else in the world.
Slamming them through steel tables.
We got to work on Ambassador of Violence, though, because Ambassador of Kick Your Assador is right there. And I think that, it'll give people flashbacks to Tony Hawk Pro Skater, because that song was in there. It's all good, because anything that makes people think of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
I mean, I like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but I'm going to go on a limb and say that one's a little bit suspect, Casey. I think you could do better.
You know what?
I don't know about. I agree and disagree with that statement.
Well, hopefully, I'm hoping that what happens is that Meatloaf will actually fly across the pond and come out to Expo Lucha next year, 49 weeks away, and that Kross will, for $20 to $40, show Meatloaf what a chop designed for Phantasma feels like.
I want to see Kross just slap Meatloaf across the face.
I would too, but if Meatloaf shows up, I'm gonna no-sell him and act like I don't know who he is.
They did announce a venue for that, by the way, Orleans Arena. Have you been to that place before, Kevin?
Yeah, we filmed the original Global Force tapings 3 years ago at the Orleans Arena. And it's been so brutal, actually, going back and watching that, because I've learned so much, and I have really actually kind of I've evolved in every sense of the word since then. It's hard for me to go back and watch that, but yeah, we did all of the original wrestling TV tapings in the Orleans Arena. That place is awesome, and when it fills up for a Lucha Expo, it's going to look like probably like a WWE LA show, or maybe even Tokyo Dome. Just the setting and the way the bleachers go up when that place is a full house, it looks 3 times bigger on television. It'll be very cool atmosphere. And
I'm excited. It sounds like it's gonna be a good time.
So, yeah.
Which brings me to my next thing. Okay, so if for some reason the Lucha Underground season 4 thing doesn't happen, I'm just is a complete hypothetical.
Oh
I heard it's going to.
Stop jinxing shit, Justin.
But where do you? Where would you see yourself going? Would it be GFW? Do you think you would see yourself doing a developmental thing at the E? And I'm talking only if the Lucha Underground thing doesn't pan out. Would you do Ring of Honor? Like where would you see yourself stateside going for a primary spot? Because obviously, if it falls apart, I gotta imagine somebody's gonna come knocking.
We have fun on the show. Every time I'm on with you guys, I love you guys individually. I like to do a lot of tongue-in-cheek joke with it. I mean, people that are listening, they're watching. I feel like they pick up on that as well, and they know how to read between the lines when I'm talking. Preparing for anything to happen as we speak right now. So you will see me on television somewhere very quickly. Very quickly.
I gotta
just very quick if it doesn't go through, and it will probably be on a Monday.
Good to know. I mean, and honestly, it's like I don't think that should come as any surprise to anybody with how much you've gotten over in the last year. You know what product I want to see you on. You know what product I hope succeeds. But at the same time, I think with where your career's gotten and the way you've proven yourself in the last year, that regardless of what happens there, something is going to definitely pan out for you in the near future, because I don't think the business has a choice at this point.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of unavoidable.
I didn't want to give him one. I want to try to, a lot of the guys in the business today that are on top, they've had many, many, many years deep to get as good as they are today. And I have worked my ass off every single day to try to catch up to where they are and be the best version of myself for every single person that comes and pays a ticket and to see a show. So, I wanted it to be fairly easy for the decision to be made if a major company sees me. And I'm not, I don't know. I don't mean for this to come off in some sort of disrespectful way, but I've been preparing. I've been preparing in the event. For some reason, if Lucha Underground 4 gets delayed or it doesn't happen, I've had a healthy correspondence with every major company in the world for the last 2 years. But, you guys know where my heart is, and so does Eric. And I'm hanging on, man. I'm holding out for it because I really want to be a part of that. I do believe in that. I believe in what DeJoseph has done with that. I believe in the new presentation of what that is, and I think that there is a stronger future in that direction for professional wrestling and different forms of entertainment. I want to be a part of that, but you guys know.
You got bills to pay and people to slam on their necks either way, though.
Yeah.
So I'm
just
ready for
wait, Justin. He's going to do a Rick Rude, and he's going to be on a show Monday night, and then he's going to come on your show and drop you on your head at the same time so that he's on both shows at once.
Dude, with the way the whole business is right now, I wouldn't be surprised. But I will say this. If you show up somewhere before I ever get to see the Pinto El Cero Miedo versus Kevin Kross match, I'm going to be fucking furious.
Where the fuck? Why are promoters not booking this match?
I don't know.
How is that not on the Crash?
Well, look, no, it can't be on the Crash because Konnan and Penta go way back, and I don't think that Konnan wants to see his boy Penta get wrecked like that.
But maybe he does.
So I don't know if Crash is really the spot for it. You never know though. Konnan is a very shrewd guy, and if he sees that there's money in it, but he's got to keep Penta kind of happy because that's one of his mainstays, and really Kross dropping him on his head might not be in line with his booking. I
wonder if Kross already dropped him on his head because he's calling himself the word Penta.
I would like to see it somewhere though before somebody picks you up permanently elsewhere, or I'd love to see it in season 4. I mean, but even that would be a long time to wait at this point, because even if they get picked up, the editing and all that crap, I don't want to wait that long to see it. I would hope that I would be actually there in the temple if it happened. But, dude, that is just one where any indie booker that's out there that isn't going through the coffers to try to see if they have enough coin to get you and Penta in there at the same time, they're crazy if they're not doing that.
And I wanted to tell Kevin, because he was talking to people about California indies and stuff like that. A few people mentioned the AWS. Bart's a good dude. I like that place. Yeah. They actually took me in and let me film a documentary about them once. They're cool.
Nice. That's good to know. And I appreciate the heads up on that. Thousands of people have been asking on social media for over a year when Pentagon versus Killer Kross is going to happen. I've talked to Penta. We're ready to do it. I don't know what the holdup is. I have no idea. I could only speculate, but it's a waste of time. The fact of the matter is that it hasn't happened, and it's never happened one-on-one, and I'll leave it at that. But the one-on-one match is ready and waiting to happen, and I am interested in spending more time in California. And I have been asking fans and podcasts and you guys and everyone what your opinions are of the local companies in California, which ones to pay attention to and which ones to stay away from. And I've gotten a lot of excellent feedback, and I've read all of it. So,
yeah, I heard Gus is running FCW down in San Diego again, and he's going to start up a bunch more shows too. That might be another spot.
We fucking love Gus. He's a good dude. Yeah, Gus is cool, man.
What was that one other show that was going to run in Southern California? You guys, do you remember that?
We don't talk about it.
We don't. Yeah, we know. I think we're good, B. I think we're good, B.
Okay. Cool.
I think Kross is outside of their demographic anyway.
Okay. We know. Come on.
He's a slightly different shade.
We don't need to go there, you guys. We're not that type of a podcast.
Hey, but look, he's wrestling down in Mexico all the time too. So who's to say you can't cross into different demographics at any point?
And Kevin, when you are back on the mythical island of Crete, I want you to say hello to Mantar from all of us at the MMM show. He's great.
All right, I got to ask you guys some MMA questions too while Kross is here before he has to join us. First of all, Jon Jones, my man, Jon Jones, can beat anybody in the world, including himself, apparently, because he is no longer the light heavyweight champion. He has been stripped. They have given the belt back to Cormier after his second B sample came back hot, which of course it would. Like, why? Like, when has a B sample ever come back and not been the same as the A sample? I think it's happened like once.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, guys?
I'll tell you, I was really, really, really blown away, which is probably the general consensus, that he was on shit for that fight. And I just feel like his body mass index and his skill set, he never needed to ever be on that. I don't understand what he took it for. Maybe it was for confidence. Maybe he was taking it to repair an injury and he was trying to do it very discreetly. But, like, he's just not the type of person that even, for one, looks like he's on anything. And for two, like, it's not like he's struggling. Like, okay, if he's on a losing streak or his career's been up and down, this guy's been murking people since day one. Mm-hmm. I think it's just really weird. And I'm not, like, trying to tongue-in-cheek tell you that maybe somebody spiked his drink or something. I think he did take it. I don't know him. Met him in passing a couple times, but just, I mean, that's not something you could accidentally take. It's not something you could accidentally ingest. So it's just weird to me. It's fucking weird and disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, it's pill form, that particular steroid, and it is an anabolic steroid. It's like it's not one of the masking agents or anything. It's actually one of the top ones on the banned list. Like, it's a no-no, and it's really not even that helpful for strength. It is pretty much a recovery kind of thing, and it's better for lean mass, but for bulking up lean mass, which is obviously not something he wanted to do. So I'm going to assume that if he was taking it intentionally, it had to be for some type of recovery, maybe some kind of muscle injury or something. But it's a shame, man, because that's it. Like, you know, the greatest of all time with an asterisk is not greatest of all time, in my opinion. And that's just unfortunate because, I mean, he had it after that last fight. He had it sewn up. He could have walked away from the whole sport as the greatest of all time. And with this result now and, you know, DC getting the belt back, which I feel terrible for DC, too. DC's got to be looking at that belt like, shit, do I even want this thing? Yeah. Like, he's got to feel like he didn't earn it. Jon Jones has to feel like he threw it away.
Oh, come on. The guy that leaned on the fucking towel is going to take the belt. Come on.
Well, that's true. He did lean on.
Like, the results would have been exactly the same, in my opinion, if he had not taken that too. I can't imagine that there would have been anything that a human being could take that, you know, would have really altered that situation and scenario with those two people. Like, it's not like it dramatically changed his body anyways. I mean, like, it's so weird to me. I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand what would have possessed him, like you're saying, other than maybe trying to recover from an injury to take something like that. And there's, like, so many different things you could take to recover from an injury. Go to cryo, for God's sakes. Like, why? I really just don't understand why he would resort to taking something he had to have been at least 80% certain that he was going to get flagged for. It just doesn't make any sense.
And that's the messed up part. Or maybe he wasn't. I mean, maybe he thought we were back in the old WADA Pride days and whatnot. I mean, it's like people do forget, like, look, it's been a very short time. Dana and Lorenzo warned us all that when they did this USADA thing, that these things were going to happen. It was going to change the sport on the short-term level because I don't think people really realize how rampant it was in the sport before. Like, hey, guys, if you like Pride, you like guys on the juice. There's no two ways about it. I mean, dudes were juiced to the gills. And then don't think that the guys over here weren't doing it either. A lot of people speculate that when the Pride guys came over here, they were losing because it was actually the Pride guys who were no longer on the juice because they didn't know the tricky ways that the guys over here were doing it to get around it and still be on the juice. And back then, only 1 in every 4 fighters was ever being tested. So guys were skating right through all the time. And it's, again, it was a very accepted thing. And it wasn't even necessarily you were a bad guy for doing it. It was almost expected. And then don't even forget that, you know, 4 years ago, TRT was allowed. Like, there was TRT Vitor who was whooping up on people and he wasn't breaking any rules at that point in time. Him, Nate Marquardt, a ton of these guys were doing TRT and other testosterone enhancement. And those guys were more jacked than dudes on straight up anabolic steroids. I mean, that TRT was good stuff.
And it sucks because then you got like Bigfoot, who actually fucking needed TRT probably because of his situation. And then fucking he's screwed now. You see how he's been performing since he hasn't been able to do it.
Well, yeah, and he's been trying to get a therapeutic exemption for a certain form of testosterone replacement because he actually does need it for his diagnosed gigantism or whatever he's got.
Yeah, acromegaly, like Andre, like Big Show, like
I thought you get diagnosed for testosterone if you take too much steroids, and then your body stops taking it or making it.
I just think the whole thing is strange because here's Jon Jones, who probably wasn't doing nearly as much juice as any guy that you liked in the early mid 2000s, and could have been known as the greatest of all time, and even doing less than those guys. But he's always going to be this asterisk kind of guy now, and now it's going to be years before he has another chance. And who knows what Jon Jones you're going to get after this? I just don't know that there's another shot for him left after this one. That might be it.
Well, when can he fight again? It's like 7 years or some shit?
They haven't determined yet. No, four years, I believe, is the maximum for what he took timeline-wise. I think that's the maximum penalty is 4 years suspension.
Wow.
That's brutal, man. I'll tell you, too, for anyone listening, Phil Baroni's a pretty close friend of mine, and he's come out and publicly said this, so I don't think he'd mind that I'm paraphrasing this, but to what you said about the guys coming over from Japan and they were getting off everything because they were under the assumption that they couldn't take it here in the United States, and then they were getting smashed out by everyone in UFC because the guys in UFC were on it. That's the fucking truth. That is the truth of it. And I still believe that a lot of the guys, like Nick Diaz is always everyone on blast for taking stuff in mixed martial arts and sports in general. I don't think anyone's taking that much enough to make a major difference in a fight. I mean, you still have to train, you still have to learn, you still have to go and do all of this stuff. I feel like it's a crutch when guys lose fights. They like to, kind of hang on to that to preserve some sort of value or something. But at the end of the day, they should be taking it if it's not part of the rules. It just sucks. Jones now, everything he's ever done is now going to be in question.
Yeah.
For this little fucking pill that he took. I mean, fuck, that's such a bad way to piss it all away. That guy he sacrificed probably more than anyone to be the guy that he is.
Yeah, I mean, and even if he came back as a shadow of himself, 4 or 5 good money fights as a shadow of yourself is better than 4 years sitting at home getting nothing. And who knows if they even dock him part of his purse from that last fight. That could still happen too. They could fine him for it.
Not going to be able to live with sponsorships and endorsements either. Those companies are going to bail on him, and they have stuff in the contracts that they're making these guys sign that if he does something public that the company doesn't want that to reflect on them, whether it's like domestic or drugs in this case or whatever, they can just take a hard right and they're out.
Yeah, so I think that'll happen for sure at this point, especially if he can't be out there at high-profile events helping their brands. Why would they want him now?
Yep, absolutely. I'm sure he would have been here at Olympia for the sponsorship endorsements and stuff like that, but I mean, no one wants to go near him at this point. It's just a shitty situation, man.
Well, hopefully, hopefully, I don't even know what I hope happens at this point. I mean, he's going to appeal it to the NASAC and see what they say, I'm sure. Where was it? It was out here in California, that fight, right? So he doesn't even get NASAC. He's got the California State Athletic Commission, which is probably going to give him the full 4 years, I'd bet. They don't really dick around and play politics. So they're just going to do the findings and hit him with something. So I guess we'll see where it goes from here. But I am interested. I don't know if you guys have seen the new revamped 217, UFC 217 and new 216 cards. But 216 was kind of feeling like a dud to me, even though I'm a huge Tony El Kukui Ferguson fan. But it seems to have picked up. So now you guys tell me, I'll give you the rundown of these two cards. You guys tell me if you're only going to spend the $50 or $60 on one of these two cards, which one would it be? You got UFC 216 that's got Ferguson versus Kevin Lee now for the interim lightweight title, which is pretty much the real title since Connor's talking about fighting Nate now, who's not a ranked lightweight. Then you got DJ versus Ray Borg back on that card that fell off last week. You've got Fabricio Verdum versus Derek Lewis, which I think is a pretty awesome fight. You've got Paige Van Zant versus my girl from Cleveland, Jessica I, which at 125 for both of them. So that's Jessica cutting down and Paige going up, which I find to be very interesting because Jessica used to fight 125, and I've always thought she would be better there, but said that she never wanted to cut there again. Felt good at 35, but then, she ran into a couple brick walls up there at 35. So we'll see how it goes for her. It's pretty much her last-ditch effort. Then you also got Will Brooks versus Nick the Carney Lentz, which I know is one of your favorite names, Case. And Groovy Lando Venata versus Bobby Green. That's a pretty solid card from top to bottom, even though you're not looking at a bunch of belts or whatever. That's like the El Kukui versus Kevin Lee thing is kind of got some juice now. And I think if Kevin Lee wins that fight, Conor might actually fight him. I don't think Conor fights Tony, but I mean, Casey, you think he'll fight Kevin Lee?
Dude, all I know is I'm not even fucking watching this card. Come on. Look at the next one. Look at the fucking
it's in my backyard.
Okay, so let's talk about 217 at MSG. Your backyard now, Byron. You gonna go?
Yeah, you better fucking go, Byron.
Am I gonna go? If I don't have to pay rent for 2 months, I think I can afford to go.
Get one ticket in the nosebleeds. All right.
So that is obviously being headlined by Michael Bisping versus GSP for the middleweight title now, which is a lot of people poo-pooed that. I always was actually interested in that fight. And I think now, seeing the landscape of MMA overall, I think a lot of people are interested in that fight because it's probably one of the best ones we have left out there. Just as a money fight, as an interesting fight. And actually, I think it's very competitive. I think that, a GSP 3 years removed versus a Michael Bisping, who was kind of, a top mid-card guy for a while and just got himself to the top. And obviously, I think there's guys out there that could probably beat Bisping pretty easily. But I think at least him and GSP is a pretty competitive fight.
I'm surprised they're not waiting until Canada for it, like a card up there.
Well, no, I think GSP actually wanted to do MSG. Yeah.
Who wouldn't, though?
Yeah, I mean, it's just something for his legacy, and I'm sure if he gets past this fight, he'll have his opportunities to go to Canada and make everybody piles of money. Then you got Cody No Love Garbrandt versus TJ Dillashaw in the is TJ really a hoe match of the night.
They should just call it that. Give every match a little sub name like that. Yeah, fucking do it.
Well, I mean, this will honestly, Cody has nothing to prove. TJ completely has to get people to be convinced that he's not a hoe. That's pretty much it, right?
You should just make that his shirt. See, if Reebok didn't fuck everything up, he could have an I'm Not a Hoe official shirt that he could sell on the UFCshop.com. But no, now it's got to say Reebok.
It might be coming. I don't know. Some of those deals are starting to come up soon. You got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Jorge Masvidal. Holy, that's not even one of the main fights. That could headline an FS1 card, right?
So that's probably going to be the first match on the pay-per-view with the fucking 3 title fights going, right?
Yeah, that's not even a title fight. You also have Johnny Big Rig Hendricks and pretty much his last chance to prove that he can make weight and have his mind on track and step into a cage. And Johnny's my boy, so I really hope he pulls it off.
I just want to say all the things I said about Tommy Dreamer. I want you to take them and apply them to Johnny Hendricks.
Oh, come on. Well, he's the one that gave himself the name Big Rig. He's putting the big back in Big Rig.
He's got to do that, dude. He's got to come out to the fucking Diesel music if he's going to be Big Rig. This is,
I agree.
All right. Here's my attempt at a name for you today. Let's see if I get this one right, Casey. He is facing Paulo Boaschino.
You know what? It's better than Byron's Grand Metallic. So
I'm actually okay. I'm actually okay with the Portuguese. I'm probably better with the Portuguese than the Spanish names. But whatever. And then here is the coup de grace. The fight of all fights that makes me want to be at and spend tons of money on 217. Joanna Champion versus Thug Rose Namajunas.
Somebody's going to get fucked up. Really fucked up. They might both get fucked up. This is going to be awesome.
I have absolutely no clue how that fight goes down. They both have hands. They both like to stay rangy and then move inside and get dirty. they both like to step left and cross over. Like I don't even know how much more evenly matched you could get two women at the height of their athletic ability in a cage. I think this is the best matchup of two women ever to be in an octagon.
I think that fight's either ending by knockout or submission. Rose is going to look for a submission. She's going to try to get Joanna's back. I think she's going to want to get behind her so she can't get hit in front of her. And I think that possibly Rose might get clipped coming in because Joanna's got range on most people she fights. And just like Connor, when she doesn't have the range, you'll see a little bit of a struggle, but she's so damn fast and hits so damn hard. I don't know if Rose's little head can take it.
Yeah, I mean, I got to think that's got to be the two ways it goes down. Like maybe Rose goes back to the flying triangle like she got in her second Invicta fight or whatever. Like maybe she just pulls something crazy out. And yeah, Joanna, staying at that range and then landing the shot, that's what she needs to do.
How are you gonna hit a flying triangle on someone that moves at the fucking speed of sound?
I don't know. Again, I don't know.
You gotta wear her down and then go for it. You just very valid. Anybody listening who watches the fights, think about that. All that explosive shit. If Rose has anything left, she's gonna pull it in 4 and 5. She's not gonna be able to do that to her in the first 3. There's no way. I know you're half kidding, but you're 100% right. She's gonna get knocked out if she tries that shit in the first 3 rounds. 100%, she's gonna get killed coming forward. There's not a lot of girls probably on the planet at that weight division who could take a full clip shot from Joanna. Never mind how she puts her combinations together. I mean, shit. So, that's what I think.
We'll see. I mean, it's going to be fun. I mean, and I was a big fan of that Karate Hottie versus Thug fight too, and it was just like, let's see what's going to happen, and we saw what happened, and now this is where it goes from there. So, and kudos to Joanna not ducking anybody. She is just like, whatever. Whoever's the next girl, just sit her up here. I put her face through smashings.
It's a damn good Twitter follow to see her do her bilingual shit talk.
Oh, it's so great. She'll talk in Polish for a second, and then she'll bring it to English and just talk about how she does her smashings.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. This fight of the night contender for sure. But
yeah, that's going to be awesome. So those are your two big cards, and then UFC has a smattering of other things, like David Branch versus Luke Cuckold this weekend.
It's a very unfortunate name.
I meant Rockhold. I meant Luke Rockhold.
I know. It's just very unfortunate that Angelico's twin brother has such an easy to make fun of name. Motherfucker looks like Angelico. Look, even Meltzer says it now. Like he'll write about Angelico and say, "Who really looks like Luke Rockhold?" I'm like, okay, of all the traits you could describe Angelico with, you go to Luke Rockhold.
Well, that's the one for this weekend. So that's UFC. We got to get Kevin out of here. We'll talk some more WWE and nonsense when he's gone.
Kevin.
Dude, Kevin, thank you for stopping by.
Kevin.
Thank you.
Always my pleasure. I love you guys. You guys crack me up every time. I'm a big advocate of the show.
Hey, we're fans, and we're happy that you're destroying everyone. I don't know if we're happy that you're going to destroy Tommy Dreamer, but I guess that's
I'm happy.
part of the game.
I'm happy.
Turn his eyeballs into popcorn.
No. I like Tommy.
Turn him into licorice.
No, see, if you turn his eyes into popcorn, it would be that fucking shit you get at the mall with all the chocolate and caramel on top of it. Like, you turn him into fucking Popcornopolis instead.
That'd be delicious.
Tommy Dreamer's fat. You're fat, Tommy.
Oh, God. And Miflo says goodbye, too, Kevin. But thank you again for stopping by. Anytime you want to come through, if you got a show to promote, if you just want to smash Casey in the face or Miflo for anybody, feel free to stop on by. You're always welcome here, my friend.
Yes.
I shall return.
Scared of you. Later, killer.
Later.
Guys.
Wow.
So while we're talking about WWE, I have a confession to make that I made a little earlier, but I actually watched SmackDown this week.
That's interesting. Justin, what were you going to say?
I was going to say that Casey watched SmackDown. So there's just a couple things I want to hit about it. And here's the thing. So I don't know if you saw this, Casey, or not, but there was this promo on Raw. It was a Raw promo where John Cena and Roman Reigns start shooting on each other.
No, I saw you posted on Twitter and saying if this was on more often that we would watch, and I said no, I fucking wouldn't. And then I turned around and watched SmackDown the next.
Okay. So here's the problem. I now regret having said that because I'm pretty sure they listened to me. So here's what happened this week, and then we'll talk about what you saw on SmackDown in a second. But let me kind of lead into this. First, we have more of the Cena and Roman kind of half shooting on each other, and I think they even mentioned, Roman's popping hot or whatever his suspension was for at one point in time. Like,
ooh,
so they're shooting a little bit, but dude, it's old news at the same time. It's like, whatever. Then you get Miz shooting on Enzo.
Yeah, that was good.
On Monday. Was it? I mean, I don't know. It's like Miz here, he's supposed to be a heel, but he comes out and talks about they're having a baby. And then he goes into shooting on Enzo, like being a nuisance backstage, also not really making Miz a heel. Like he's kind of getting over with the whole thing.
But here's what that did for me, because I love Miz and I love when he's doing that sort of thing. But when Enzo came humble just the littlest bit during that promo, he got that underdog appeal to him. And he became interesting to me again.
I think Enzo
he has to turn the volume down. He has to come humble when he gets called out like that. Then he could show different levels, But
dude,
Miz made Enzo more interesting to me than he's been since NXT.
Byron, if you're a boisterous babyface and someone's shit-talking you after saying that their wife is pregnant, do you or do you not at least once say the baby is yours? Come on. It was right fucking there, Enzo. Come on. But no, he didn't say that because that's where the angle's going to go. That's going to be
a Who's Your Daddy joke. He did a Who's Your Daddy joke.
He did one Who's Your Daddy joke, yeah. He threw one in. But at the same time, it wasn't the one, like Casey is saying. It certainly was a little bit of a missed opportunity. So,
I mean, at least say, hey, your wife's pregnant, I apologize. At least say that. Come on.
Well, yeah, Enzo. I mean...
Okay, but also, but clearly, like, okay, with the Cena and Roman angle, you felt like John was a little bit in business for himself for a minute there. Like, yeah, they told him to go and shoot a little bit, but in the first one that they did, the one that I posted, you felt like Cena was actually, maybe 5% in business for himself, and the rest was planned, but they let it go because he's John Cena. Why not? And it worked.
Yeah.
Now with this Miz one, clearly no one's in business for themselves. They're bringing up old shit for Enzo. That's pretty much just a receipt for him bringing all those people backstage and being obnoxious. And it was funny because it was the Miz saying, you're the obnoxious one. Look, and I'm the one telling you that. I'm supposed to be the obnoxious one that everyone hates, but it's you. That's
Miz was literally in the position to where he was kicked out of the locker room and changing in the hallways just like Enzo Amore.
I mean, that's why I think it works.
They did this. They did this on SmackDown, too, though, because everyone was calling Kevin Owens fat. Every McMahon was calling Kevin Owens fat.
Well, yeah, so it carries over onto SmackDown, but you got more than that. You got Jinder, whose promos aren't great, but it's kind of getting awesome because he's burying racist Americans with the truth. Oh, he's not saying anything untrue in those promos at all, and he's completely getting heat. It's amazing.
He's getting a little weird, though, because what he's doing now is, because Shinsuke being Japanese, he's saying racist stuff that the writers or McMahon probably would want to say, but he's saying it, and then he goes, you guys are laughing at it, you're bad people.
But which is hilarious.
Genius, though. It's like, no.
So good. Like, I am on board, dude.
Would say.
I fucking loved that. I'm like, this audience, they're a bunch of assholes. Ha. But you assholes, please go see Kevin Kross at FCW because SmackDown was in Vegas. Okay, because it was Sin City SmackDown and they didn't break out the fucking wheel once. That's why I watched. I wanted to see the fucking wheel and see Vince McMahon get headbutted.
Nope,
Casey, I have a question for you, Casey.
Wait, hold on. Where are you going with this, Byron? Go ahead.
Have you found the Abu Dhabi in Fire Pro yet?
Shit, no, but I did find. Let's see, what was the last one I downloaded?
The Prince of Darkness Cannot Walk Alone.
I fucking downloaded Mumra from Thundercats. Like, he's cooler than a Buddha Dean.
No, I disagree.
I have the rest of the Dungeon of Doom, bro. They even made fucking the Zodiac a separate edit from Brutus the Barber Beefcake, so you could have both in your game.
They should make the edit of Brutus where he works in a subway and he has to tell the police it's not arsenic.
Oh God, yeah, anthrax. You're thinking anthrax. But and he means Subway, like he rides in New York, not the sandwich place, because I could see Brutus working there as well with his fucking nipple rings and shit.
Just
but he's got
health code violations.
He's got the nips pierced. I don't know if you guys know that. He did it in his 50s. He got his nipples pierced.
You should post that picture.
Hey, Meatloaf, if you're still in the chat room, do us a GIF of Kross strangling Evie Dub that we can use for the title for the show for this week for the card.
Meatloaf, if you're in the chat room, get us a picture of Brutus the Barber Beefcake's nipple rings and put Justin's face on them somehow. God. But okay, Brother Brutai aside, Justin.
Wait, so I'm going to get back to the SmackDown thing. So I'm talking about, everyone's working these shoot angles now because I feel like my dumbass asked for them. So then you also get KO rubbing some old, shit in Sami Zayn's face, which was a little bit of a shoot. He's talking about working in the the Legion halls and shit like that. And
that shit was fucking funny, dude. When he's like, "I give you permission to go back."
Yeah, which was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but and definitely a work, but a little bit of shoot info in there, and then you get the weird ass Dolph Ziggler thing, where all of a sudden Dolph Ziggler's shooting on Bayley.
Dude, you know what's even worse though?
Guys, I have a question. Can we just completely ignore everything Dolph Ziggler does?
Yeah, please.
No, you can't ignore this because they spent money on it. They brought out the Bayley buddies to SmackDown. They had him do this whole weird angle. He's like shooting on her and Warrior. What the fuck was I watching?
He did Warrior and still got no heat. What he's doing is he's doing inside jokes with himself, and he's basically everyone turns into his brother in the audience.
But he did shoot. He shot on Bayley. He shot on Bayley too. He said you can be over in a babyface all day long, but eventually you got to get into that ring and actually perform. I mean, that was a fucking shoot. That was vicious.
But Bayley's a better worker than Dolph Ziggler has ever been in his whole fucking life. But I will say that about the female Eugene. She is a better worker than Dolph Ziggler. But I also want
I think that was kind of a shot at the whole women's division when he said it, honestly. The way he said it.
I think he's trying to play up the whole thing where he puts on a great show.
Can we talk about the show being booked that baby faces are fucking stupid? Can we talk about that?
That's always been the thing.
The Sin City street fight? Okay, like the baby faces won, but they were fucking stupid. They should have won in 2 seconds. No count out, no DQ match. One team has 3 guys. One team has 2. Let's send the other guy in the back and not have him even fucking beat people with his fucking horn and shit when it's a fucking no DQ match. What the fuck? Seriously.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't really make sense.
Whoever agented that match should get dragged in the street and fucking, they ought to tar and feather him for that shit.
Who is that, Road Dogg?
I don't even know.
Brian, what were you trying to say?
Where's the Buddha Dean?
That's all you care about?
He's near the Tree of Woe.
This is so weird. We finally Casey, really, really talk about WWE. We've all actually watched this show, and all Byron cares about now is Fire Pro. You've created a monster.
I have trailed the white tiger to the Mount Kilimanjaro, Sullivan, my son. Sullivan! Yes, father.
All right, so
it's not hot, brother.
Let's talk about the KO thing because the winner of the week is clearly Kevin Owens. Kevin Steen, whoever he is these days.
That was awesome.
As soon as you thought the guy was just so buried, I mean, this is the real WWE push that you hope for if you're a WWE superstar.
You know what? Right? You know why he's getting pushed, Justin? And this is my theory, okay? You know how WWE's been doing a lot of crossover movies with Hanna-Barbera? Yeah. Motherfucker looks like Fred Flintstone is what I'm saying. Like, as a shoot, he looks exactly like Fred Flintstone. So if you have Fred Flintstone on your roster, you're gonna have him, get a push, get a prominent spot. So when he's fucking yabba dabba doing Vince in the face, you can put him on a cartoon cover because everyone else is gone from the company by the time those things come out. I think I think the last one had Paige in it. Oops,
Yeah, it did have Paige in it, I believe.
When is she coming back?
Yep. Right around. Yep.
And I also got to shit a little bit. Just
hold on. I have a follow up before we move on. What do you think she's going to do with the title when she wins it again?
Dude, it's funny because I was just going to talk about title belts. I was going to use that as a transition to say that New Day's probably going to get those ugly belts again that they had.
Oh.
The Usos, I keep seeing people call them a top 5 WWE tag team of all time, and it makes me very angry.
I think they're good, but they're definitely not top 5 of all time.
Okay, motherfuckers, the Rockers.
Definitely not yet.
Okay, fucking Heart Foundation, fucking British Bulldogs. I would throw the Brainbusters in there, and how about fucking Demolition? Okay, no.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know if I have the Usos in the top 15 yet. I mean, I think we could get there, but I don't. Yeah, they're pretty far.
They're top 5. They're a top 5 in WWE team right now. I don't even know if I agree with that.
People were saying all time though, repeatedly, different people, and it made me very angry.
I like what they're doing. I like how they've had 2 drastically different acts and as heel and faces, but they haven't put the body of work in yet.
I like how, one of the Usos always puts hankies in his back pocket, so I get to tell people what sex code that is, because that's always entertaining. He had a black one in his pocket, which I think means he likes to fuck dead babies. Let me look it up. You guys vamp a little bit.
But that's a black one in the back left pocket, I believe.
Okay, back left. We're gonna go back left pocket. Okay, I'm looking it up right now.
Go for it.
You know who's better than them?
He's a heavy SM top. That's what it means.
That's not that bad.
Yeah,
it's not that bad.
Oh wait, it had a white stripe on it though, didn't it?
I think it did.
Oh, Justin.
It
says it means he likes black bottoms.
Casey, I don't think that was a stripe. I think it was more like a abstract.
Like a paisley design. Yeah. Okay, a stripe means he likes black bottoms, which if it was the Uso that was married to Naomi, then it would be okay. But I can't tell the fucking Usos apart.
You know who's better? Breezango.
Canyon?
Yeah, Breezango's great. I mean, it's a comedy gig, but they're actually pretty good all around for comedy and for in-ring stuff.
They get to the Kevin Owens show. They get to do like 3 to 5 minutes of TV exposure without having to bump.
Yeah, which is great, and we don't have to see Fandango wrestle. That's even better.
I mean, look, it's the old Disco Inferno thing right there. They are the Glenn Gilberti special.
Disco, if you're listening this long into the show, I want to apologize for, first of all, you listening this long into the show, and second, for that fucking comparison, because the Disco Inferno is a legend and a scholar, and is leaps and bounds above these guys.
Yeah, but he'd be the first guy to tell you that if you can get over and get your TV time and not have to bump, roll with it and make the best of it and make all those segments great so that you don't have to bump all the time. Like, being a wrestler is not about bumping. Being a wrestler is about getting over. It doesn't matter how you do it.
Well, then
that was my comparison.
I don't want to take any bumps. Where's my contract, Vince?
I love it when someone accidentally posts a GIF of Disco doing a move.
Hollywood liberals says, fuck Disco. Man, Glenn's going to come to your house.
Dude, that's fucking Brandon. Fuck Brandon.
After someone posts a GIF of Disco doing a move, like Lance Storm and everyone else who knows how to work just completely ridicules him.
Hey, you know what? Whenever Lance Storm ridicules someone doing a move, I want someone to send Lance Storm a gif of him giving Rob Van Dam a chair shot from Barely Legal. Okay?
He did that on purpose.
No, that's what he fucking says. I would say I meant to do that too if I did something that looked that fucking shitty.
He got heat for that on purpose. And he's a safe worker.
Well, he is a safe worker, and that's always a good thing in the wrestling business. But
we covered that in minute 1 with EV Dub.
He had a shitty ducktail back then. So if anything, show the gift just so we can see the shitty blonde ducktail.
You know, it was a rat tail.
You know what we didn't cover with EV Dub is Mundo being on GFW, which contractually is the one that still baffles me. I don't quite understand how that works.
Dude, see, it shouldn't because fake Paul Heyman did that for him. He's like, excuse me, Mr. Jarrett, sir. My client, Johnny Impact, would like to come to your shitty excuse for a wrestling promotion.
Maybe that's how he did it. He changed his last name and no one has noticed yet. Impact is not a tightly run ship.
Fake Paulie signed the contract as Johnny Impact, not Johnny Mundo, not John Hennigan, not Boone the fucking Bounty Hunter. That's next. He's going to show up in WWE as Boone the Bounty Hunter and no one will be able to do shit.
Man, it's so funny that he has such a plain first name and has had so many last names. But everyone still knows who he is. You can say any one of those gimmicks, and people actually just know it's him. That's something impressive at this point.
Is he still Johnny Nitro?
Johnny Nitro, whatever, all of them. Johnny Morrison, John Hennigan, John Mundo, John Impact. It's pretty impressive. Anyway, yeah, I forgot to ask EV Dub about that one because I'm very curious. I know how the other ones are being portrayed legally and how
you guys are gonna, after all that build up, you're not gonna put over my Paul Heyman impression. God,
no. Paul Heyman's great. No, I thought he was here. I thought he was actually here on the show.
Yeah, it's good.
My name is Paul Heyman.
I keep forgetting what the other dudes.
Friday, but I will pay you in 3 weeks.
The check is in the mail. Oh God. I see, because I just call the guy fake Paul Heyman so much. I can't remember his fucking name.
I used to have it in my
Benji
something. Yeah, just
Benji Star.
Something like that. Benjamin Star. Yeah.
Yeah, Sexy Star. You know that they're gonna reveal he's Sexy Star's dad.
I think he's got 2 R's in his name. So
in Benji,
we'll see. Okay, so the headbutt heard round the world. I mean, it clearly looks like Vince on the handshake told Kevin to light him up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was planned before that moment or not, but I mean, and it looked like KO was standing there going, really? We're really going to do this, Vince? But it's fucking Vince, even though he's 72 years old or whatever, and he says fucking lay one in. I guess you lay one in. And I hope Vince isn't unconscious because that was legit full on, no pull. Vince leaned into it. He took it right in the center of the forehead, the worst way to take it.
I hope he didn't give anyone hepatitis.
Good Lord. And then, you see it bleed real time. You see him fucking spring a little one there.
Vince usually
hard way, but that was crazy.
Vince usually has people lay it in. He requests to just beat the shit out of him. It's probably the only way he can get a boner at 72 years old.
Well, I'm not going to judge. That. He also can't sell. I think Austin was talking about this. He's not that good at selling, and so
he was back up 3 seconds later after that freaking legit headbutt and a hard way cut, and then he gets up, and it's like somebody should have told him, "No, Vince, you're bleeding. Stay down and sell it."
There's some people reporting that he may have, instead of hard way, he may have pre-gigged and then put on liquid skin or something, so that way it was guaranteed. He knew they planned. He knew he was going to get color.
I mean, I don't know, man. That was pretty legit, and he didn't play up the color either. I don't think he knew at first.
Now, considering how long it took a ref with gloves to get in the ring, he didn't do that. No. And plus, that pre-gigging is bullshit. Whoever suggested that. You stop reading Reddit, Byron. Stop reading Reddit.
Well, most of the guys that are pre-gigging are already guys with a lot of scar tissue there anyway, and usually they're just opening up an old one. Vince doesn't exactly take, he's got color before, but he doesn't exactly take enough of them that he would have that kind of scar tissue there where he could just Ric Flair it up just by pulling it a little bit.
And plus, dude, wrestlers don't use fucking liquid skin. That's expensive. They use fucking super glue. Come on.
I don't know. I just don't see it. If you go and you watch it, it really looks just old school hard way. It's not a geyser. Like if you were going to pre-blade too, you wouldn't do it right there. You do it off over the eyebrow.
That's where you can split someone open over the eyebrow.
Oh, it's Ben Cook, by the way. Racist Fan Rocks, who I always have to be very careful to enunciate because I'm not saying racist fans rock. I'm saying racist fan rocks. Says that it's Ben Cook. It's Zeus King talking about the new skin in the chat too. So if I offended you, I'm sorry. Stop reading Reddit.
It's like a Meltzer thing.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm not saying it's completely impossible. I'm saying it's improbable. I think there's maybe a 5% chance that that's what happened. No, Byron, we're not going another 3 hours. In fact,
no, the show's over. We're gonna fucking watch some Rick and Morty. Are we moving on to the Rick and Morty section of the show? Justin, did you watch more episodes?
I have not, man. I haven't had the time yet, and I was really into this week's episode of Lucha Underground.
Me too.
The high spots, I will just say that I liked Cage kind of selling the gauntlet thing.
Mm-hmm.
I fear for Rey Mysterio's safety.
I was a little mad that Taya and Cage didn't really get to go in that match, especially how good their initial offering in Lucha Underground was between the two. That was one of my main comments, was like, as soon as I see Taya and Cage getting ready to tie it up now, I don't even think about her like a woman wrestler at that point. I'm just like, ooh, I want to see this badass and this badass fight. Like, I really liked their match. It's one of my favorite Cage matches, one of my favorite Taya matches. And I was pissed, like the heat that they got from me in that spot where they were almost locked up and then they all got broken up. I also think it's funny. I hope everyone enjoyed seeing Sexy Star on a babyface team, because that's pretty much not going to work at all. And now that she's facing Taya at Ultima Lucha, that's like, she's not going to be the babyface for anyone watching it on TV. It's going to be totally Taya is going to be the face and Sexy Star is going to be the heel. How is that even going to work on TV?
We have such a story to tell you about that match that we can't tell you until it airs. My fucking God.
But the setup for it is official and it's there, and it's going to be interesting. And
whoa, wait, we have two fucking stories.
We have a few.
Just from that match. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I can't wait to talk about that match. And not for any good reasons.
Do we still have our hidden podcast episode?
Yeah, I got to find it. I mean, it should still be in the folder. I haven't touched it or moved it since.
It's with those brown eye pics that I sent you, Justin. You asked for.
Should be in there. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
It's right there next to Turbo Dong.
Yep.
So then the backstage segment was pretty awesome. The gift with Jeremiah stealing the gauntlet during the Atomicos match and then taking it back to Katrina. And it looks like he's pretty much doing it just so he could get a little lip lock from her. Like, bro, maybe get paid up front and maybe go for a little more than that. And he didn't even get that before Mill runs in and busts them all up. And then Cage comes in and turns into a three-way dance in the back. Crazy shit.
You say that, but there was a deleted scene of him cranking it with the glove on. And so he didn't have anything else to negotiate for. So he just said, fuck it, kiss, whatever.
I saw it.
Yeah.
But there's some interesting stuff coming out of that scene, like when Katrina's touching the glove, not being able to teleport. So clearly the glove, outside of it possessing people, just the glove itself has some power or some ability to affect her. I'm actually really starting to worry that Carmen Perez, our beloved Captain Vasquez, Captain Hotness, is going to get killed. And if that happens, I was going to tell this to EV Dub earlier too, like I may be done with Lucha Underground forever. Like I just don't know if I'm okay if somehow this glove causes her to lose her powers or get killed. I'm going to be pretty pissed.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I think they should only kill people that aren't guests on our show or that have stood us up. So
I think it's far-fetched to think that.
Well, then there's a few people that could die if it's people who have stood us up.
yeah, but I think one's pretty fucking likely. But I don't know.
We'll see.
But yeah, you know, this. I'm scared for Ray, dude. I'm scared for Ray. Matanza brought him. He's gonna. Oh, dude. I'm scared for Ray's butthole, bro.
Okay, so in that match, you guys weren't there that weekend, but I was sitting right on the corner underneath the jib, and which was a total mistake. Like here, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'll get seat F1 for, you know, instead of sitting in the bleachers, I'll seat F1, so I'll be right there at ringside. Mm-hmm. But F1 is the one all the way against the wall, not the one on the aisle.
See, we got that shit before too with the fucking Lotus Triad. Oh god damn it, that sucks.
No, but we were on the aisle for the Lotus Triad though.
Yeah, but we didn't have the one. We had the other number. Like
we were second row or whatever.
Yeah, and it's fucking weird, dude, because we did try to experiment with some seating when there was less of us as a big group.
Well, this was a little bit of a failed experiment, except that the spot where Matanza murders Ray with a chair and throws him into the wall was like in my lap. And
awesome.
I don't know if it was a sell or what, but all you heard was Oscar going, ah, like these little whimpers coming out of him that were like, oh shit. Jeff just killed him. Like, it was terrible. It was horrifying. And like they went so stiff and they sold the destruction of Ray so good that day. Like, I couldn't even tell you guys about it afterwards. Like, I didn't have words when I left the temple that day, because the Pentagon match was great, and I wanted to make Casey feel bad that there was an awesome Pentagon match that he destroyed Daj in that he didn't get to see. Yeah, Casey always shows up when Pentagon loses, but then this one time where Pentagon just does his thing, it's a really good match because Dragon Azteca can go, and then he totally decimates him at the end. It was perfect.
It's not my fault that they book Pentagon to win once a season, okay? It's not my fucking fault.
But then the Ray thing was amazing. Like, here's this guy that we all know to a certain extent, him coming into Lucha Underground is a favor. To a certain extent, it's like he's there to help out the whole product, to give the product the rub. And sure, he's being paid for it or whatever, but he has no problem doing jobs and setting up other guys. And if anybody ever questions Rey Mysterio or, you know, him being a real ambassador to the business, what is that? Price check on a jacket.
It's just a little Kevin Sullivan to add some color to what you're saying.
No, it's fine. Byron's face laughing is the part that's throwing me off. No, if anybody ever questions what Ray does for the sport, like, no one is ever going to say Ray doesn't put over the up-and-coming guys, that Ray doesn't let these guys get over on him. Like, dude, Matanza fucking mashed him. Like, it was a brutal squash down, amazing. And now I don't know what happens to Ray from here. I think that Ray's dead. I mean, like, they didn't kill him. Like, wasn't a backstage kill. Wasn't a squashed head, but
the episode ended, dude. He gets
dragged away at the end, and he's pretty lifeless, and that's it. I don't know if you ever see Rey Mysterio again on Lucha Underground, guys.
And then you could be like, oh, he had contract issues, so let's have Dario film a scene saying he got fucked to death last week. You know, we don't know yet. So,
yeah, I mean, let's there's a few episodes left. I know that next week is not the start of Ultima Lucha yet. I think we get the tag team match with Melissa and Phoenix and Marty and Mariposa or something.
Oh yeah. They've been hitting that hard, and plus we get the Gift of the Gods match. Mm-hmm. So they said that's in the preview too.
Yeah, there's a couple of big things left, and then it's just Ultima Lucha Trace, man, and then everybody will know what we know by that point, and then we can all talk about it.
Except for the shit that, you know, we get on the down low, like that 2 hours before the show where Eric was telling us fucking everything. Wow. You guys don't even know. Oh my God, they're going to GFW, all of them. It's a big angle.
Guys, I have questions.
You know that's going to end up in some dirt sheet somewhere.
That didn't happen. I'm fucking around. That was a joke.
I have questions. Yeah. So Cody Rhodes is going to be fighting Minoru Suzuki.
When?
Like, soon.
In Ring of Honor or New Japan?
Ring of Honor. And you have Ring of Honor fans asking why they have to bring in Japanese wrestlers when they have plenty of good Ring of Honor wrestlers.
Oh,
like,
do they?
They don't even know who Suzuki Gun is, or it's embarrassing.
Well, I mean, Ring of Honor is totally rated out now. They don't have a whole lot going on there, do they?
Well, even if they had everyone, bringing in Minoru Suzuki to fight your champion is amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do that if you can. No one else could do that. I think it's awesome.
Well, speaking of Ring of Honor getting rated a little bit, Wrestle Circus, I don't know if you guys watched it yet, but I'm really liking the wrestling on Twitch thing. If you have Amazon Prime, you get to subscribe free to one channel. I do that for Wrestle Circus. So that's the one channel I subscribe to. I watched their show. Their show was a complete benefit for hurricane victims, which was awesome. They're in Texas, so it made
and
sense.
Also subscribing to Amazon Prime gets you free shipping on the Mass Republic stuff that's on Amazon. So that's pretty fucking dope too. And also, like I said on a previous podcast, hit me up on Twitter. Say, Casey, I have Amazon Prime. What movies should I watch? And I will recommend so much shit before I recommend Byron's movie or Boone the Bounty Hunter, both of which are on there.
Which one is rated higher, though? Which one is doing better financially?
I don't know. Gee,
which one, Byron?
I put a pretty high rating in for the Bates Haunting, and everyone thinks I worked on the fucking movie now, which I didn't.
Nobody worked on it. Have you seen the quality of that thing? It was like a 2-man show.
It's a very well done movie. It's a very well done movie.
I'm joking.
For, like, the story and the acting, some people say.
I gotta say, Hell House LLC is the best version of Byron's movie that I've ever seen.
Oh my god,
dude, that movie's fucking dope. I'm kidding, but I'm not.
So anyway, Casey, you should watch the Wrestle Circus if you haven't. There's a Bisha 666 Mecha Wolf and Laredo Kid match in there.
I'm sorry, I'm not cool with the domestic violence shit.
You know what else? Okada is gonna fight Evil.
Dude, that's fucking dope. Evil is the shit, and I fucking love that guy because he's the Japanese Undertaker.
I wonder if he is going to win. I think he might.
I don't think he's going to win. No.
He carries a giant death sickle.
Yeah, but he never fucking uses it, bro. He's got to hit him with that shit.
Well, now he has an opportunity where he needs to pull out all of the stops.
And I don't mean like fucking Tiger Jeet Singh in New Japan where he just hits people with the fucking handle. No, you use the blade, dumbass. Use the blade.
I agree with Zeus King too, by the way. Jack Evans, Keith Lee was also an awesome match at Wrestle Circus. I like the Joey Ryan match.
Wait, hold on. Jack Evans and Keith Lee wrestled each other? That's fucking dope. I want to see that.
Yeah, you do want to see that. You also Tessa Blanchard's match actually wasn't half bad. I think I liked her in this match better than I did at the Mae Young Classic.
What did you say about her at the Mae Young Classic?
Did you know that she's Meatloaf's favorite female wrestler?
From
huge fan.
The waist down and behind, maybe.
Jesus Christ.
Just saying. If anyone should be in the Four Horsewomen. So, what? I didn't say anything.
Someone already made that joke on Twitter, and Ricochet liked it.
Did they make it about? Did they make it about Lillian Garcia too?
No, Lillian Garcia's a nice young lady.
Dude, I don't care if someone's nice or not. I'm a fucking asshole.
She's no Sarah Jessica Parker. Come on.
No, but come on. No one. My feet are fucking hideous. Okay, my feet are hideous, and Sarah Jessica Parker's uglier than my feet.
Yeah, clearly. Casey, you would probably also like the match that strongly featured Joey Ryan's dick. It was against Chelsea Green initially, and she was having a lot of trouble, and then literally his penis knocked her out cold. She did a stretcher job from running into his penis and left the arena, and then came back as Crazy Laurel Van Ness, who was impervious to Joey's penis and his penis gimmicks, and she went over on him, and it was actually very well done and very entertaining.
What is the reasoning that she's suddenly fucking immune to a baseball bat like dong?
Because she took the baseball bat like dong to the head, and it turned her into crazed nympho that's not afraid of baseball bat dongs. It made perfect sense.
Yeah, solid booking. Yeah. I have no complaints.
It actually, like for a total comedy match, there was a bunch of really good spots in it. And B, the comedy was well written, and they played it out, and they got like 24 minutes or something for the match, and it was worth it.
No, like a lot of people aren't giving Joey props for some of the crazy shit he's been doing, mostly because they didn't listen to me when I said watch his shit in DDT. Fuck all of you.
Yeah, he's great. He's also smart. Also, every once in a while, he'll remind you how rich he is and how much money he makes.
Yeah, but what's even better is when he puts a fucking lollipop in someone's mouth covered in thumbtacks and then kicks them in the fucking face. Amazing.
Or when he has a dong match versus a zombie.
Yeah, well, it was like, the severed arm. The zombie didn't really go for the dong. She lost the belt, bro. It sucks. Yeah.
I'm gonna download Ty Dillinger for Fire Pro because I need more jobbers.
Oh yeah, that match fucking sucked. Talk about under-delivering. Styles and Dillinger. I thought that shit was gonna be dope.
No, that Ty needs a little something right now. I don't know. It's missing right now up at the big show. He needs something.
He has the character work to go up, but they didn't let him do anything beyond like NXT mid card.
And him kicking out of the finisher fucking sucked. Him kicking out of the tiebreaker, which is a dumb name for a finisher because it gets you the win, not a tie. That's why he's not getting wins.
So Mae Young. We didn't talk about Mae Young.
Yeah, we did. We fucking talked about the whole fucking hand and the douche.
No, the tournament. Mae Young was great,
but yeah. So the final.
I thought that Shayna should have gone over in the final. I really like the whole thing.
No. Hojo's the future, bro.
Why do you have Kairi Sane win that?
Because she's the future of wrestling and she has a fucking contract with the company, Justin. That's why you have her win it.
It's all tainted from the CWC. It basically they were going to have Toni Storm and Hojo put on a great final match, and also at that point you don't know who's going to win because they're both going to be signed or are signed. But I think they brought in Shayna not because they think that she's the greatest, but because they're trying to do a push to sign Ronda.
Well, and maybe something went down backstage that changed the finish of that thing, because I could have sworn that Shayna, the way to make that whole thing work was Kairi not to get the win, to be in the chase for it, because giving that character a win that big this early is just like, to me, it just makes her Asuka's replacement.
Yeah.
If she loses at this point in time and you give her a little more underdog flair and a little more of a quest for the gold, the money's in the chase with her, I think, especially that character. It's not in being a dominant winner like Asuka. I mean, that's already been done.
See, what they got to do, what they're doing is they're building the elbow drop as the most lethal fucking thing in the world so that they can steal the Pentagon spot and have her beat her with a fucking armbar out of the elbow.
I think
coming.
I think Shayna's going to get hung out to dry if Ronda Rousey doesn't sign. I think that's the deal. I think if they were able to make some sort of deal, and that's probably partially why they did it live, to give them another few weeks to try and sign Ronda.
Well, and Vince was backstage too, and Vince is probably like, the little Japanese one's cuter. Book her to go over.
That's why he took the headbutt. He was there.
He was trying to forget what Shayna Baszler looked like. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying. I'm saying. You know how Vince is too, though. It's like Vince let Paul go off and make this whole little tournament thing and do his little thing off in NXT land, and then you show up at a big SmackDown where Vince himself is there, mostly because I heard that he was there because Ronda was there, that he wanted to glad hand her personally and try to get her to sign.
Dude. You know what they should have done is not had Natty put on such a shitty sharpshooter on that show too.
Oh God, the Natty Naomi match was not my thing.
Fucking garbage, Jesus Christ!
Like here you have all the women from Glow, like every decent professional female wrestler that WWE's had in the last 10 years sitting at ringside. You got Ronda Rousey and all these legit MMA fighters out there. Then you got the final to the Mae Young Classic coming up. And then your title match for your women's belt is Natty versus Naomi, and it's a garbage fest.
Oh God! In the commentary, it was so bad that Carmella was chumping the guys because either Byron or Tom, because they are the same person. Owens is right. They're like, which one of these girls would you rather beat the most? And she's like, I'd rather beat Natty because she's the fucking champion, dumbass. Come on. Seriously. I mean, I cleaned it up a little, but,
Yeah. It was amazing, but I don't know. I really like the Mae Young Classic. I think it was well done. I think it's the most that WWE has done to help out women's wrestling in a long time. I know everyone talks about the 4 horsewomen coming up from NXT, the wrestling ones, and their impact on everything. But I think they've also shown that in the big ring, on the big stage, they aren't 100% there yet. This tournament, however, was the right thing, the right way to take it to the next level. Yeah. And I think that everyone got the right kind of rub from it. I actually am curious to see where some of those stars end up. And you're seeing them on other promotions and stuff already. And I think a lot of those women, just from being in that tournament, are going to be stars wherever they show up. And WWE is honestly stupid not to book, to sign more of them immediately.
Well, you got like some of them just in the tournament already look like they're ready to be on the main stage. Like Toni Storm has you don't need to know anything about her. She comes to the ring. She already has a look where, all right, she's pretty, and you're like, okay, I like her. Let's see what she does. But she has that personality that immediately wins you over. Like you said last time, a little bit of that Joey Ryan sort of appeal. But she's also only 21.
Yeah.
So you don't have to rush her through anything. If you play it right, you have her act making money for a long time, and she also can add edge to it. She has not the person, but the adjective, and also she has an accent. She's British, which is another interesting thing. And so, like,
we'll see.
I mean, she's way more interesting than Bayley, that's for sure at this point.
Well, I think you can see that Vince wasn't involved in the regular booking of this tournament because all of the monster women who were getting over great with the crowd, the Indian girl, the German girl, they were totally getting over, and they lost their matches. Like, if Vince was booking this tournament, that would have never happened. Not in a million years.
You also had just good competition, and everyone was getting over, even in their losses.
I know, but I felt like by that third round, you got a bunch of indie darlings.
Yeah,
and don't really have the WWE product, which is fine. It partially made the tournament good, but it's also like, yeah, but I know how this works out. These people aren't going to really get over at the end of the day. So we'll see how Kare does, and we'll see what happens when it comes to Shayna Baszler now. We'll see what happens with Toni Storm. I think Toni Storm got way over. I think that I'd put Toni Storm on Raw tomorrow.
Yeah.
Put her with Alexa Bliss. Let them make a real division. They're stars.
Absolutely.
A lot of these other girls are not.
I would take.
Has anyone grabbed the ship steering wheel and held it in front of their groin and said, "It's driving me nuts"? Has anyone done that yet?
Not yet. It's coming though.
There's money in there.
I'm pretty sure that was the first thing Jim Ross did.
Oh God!
That's why they had to redo commentary for his matches.
It's driving me nuts, pal.
Hey, my last comment for the week is, and I tweeted him and tagged him in this when I said it on Twitter. The 205 Live promos are worse than KG's commentary at Triple Mania. They were so brutally bad. I cannot watch the first 5 to 10 minutes of any episode of 205 Live, and then it makes me not care about their wrestling at all.
But Drew Gulak's thing where he brought in Tekken Okada was amazing.
Oh. Yeah, Drew Gulak's fucking ripoff of the mighty Super Sasadongo machine in DDT, the true master of PowerPoint. You know what? None of our listeners know what I'm talking about because none of them listen to my recommendations. That's why
you should have put it up as the match of the week this week. Then come on, where's your match of the week, Professor?
No one watched it because I would get heat.
Always do.
See, you do, but you know that the concept is that. Yeah, sure you did. You didn't even watch fucking Lucha Underground this week.
Try it again, Casey. Put up another match of the week, and then we'll get people to watch it this time.
I'll do it next week, and if I don't get a full book report from each one of you listeners, it's on like neckbone, sucker.
All right. Well, I did get to watch Price Check on a Jackass again this week, which I hadn't seen in a long time.
Price Check on a Jackass. I'm not going to do it because you know what? You said that was going to be your last comment like 10 comments ago. So I'm going to make my last comment. And my last comment is, hey, man, here's Alex Wright. If you want to know what the Germans are about, pick me and we'll have a hell of a victory. I promise. Cut the show. Cut it.
I'm nervous right now. What'd you just do that for?
I love all of it. Byron, do you have anything else to say?
Stay cool and be in the mix.
So
until next time, stay calm and stay in the mix.